Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Descent into Avernus. Thank you. Okay, let's do some quick intros for the players, and then we'll jump into a recap, and right into the thick of death. So
I love your optimism.
Well, I don't know who's death, but somebody's gonna die. So, okay, so we'll start this end today. I'm Vallen. I'll be playing as a half orc sorcerer wild mage sorcerer who goes by the name of Palkas, and he's got a recently obtained familiar that is strangely an imp by the name of Una. And directly next to me is Tim.
Hi, I'm Ghostwoods, and I'm playing Thorn, an Elven Gloomstalker Ranger, and I think we're all grateful he doesn't have any familiars.
It's kind of scary to think about what a familiar for Thorn would look like.
Zombie.
It's just a knife.
Just a knife.
Ooh, I lied.
Maybe he has a familiar and we've been overlooking it this time.
Who knew?
Alright, next to him we've got NobiGit.
I am NobiGit. I'm playing Grimm, the grouchy cat, who is a shifter, holy monk of sorts, holy pain.
Okie doke. And then
probably the next one to die.
Well, I mean, that's a given. But moving on down, we've got Shy.
Is it given?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Shy. I'm playing as Coyra, a half-elf druid. The oddly enough hates dead wood.
And then down at the very end there, we have Nightcaste.
Hello, I'm Nightcaste. I'm playing Malvola. He's a Dragonborn Hexblade Warlock, and
Likes tentacles.
This is becoming a really weird rabbit hole for me, so I'm really interested to see where we end up getting on here.
Okay. And then up in the corner there, you'll see Kashcah.
Hi, I'm Kashcah. Yeah, I'm Dungeon Master for this campaign.
Mm-hmm. And let's do the recap. Last episode 33, titled Demon Zapper. We proceeded on... Oh, and by the way, we're all in hell. We proceeded on toward the demon-killing tower at the direction of Lulu, who is our celestial guide in this horrendous land. Palkas summoned a familiar, expecting it to be a crow, and instead it was an imp. The demon tower held a creature prisoner at the top that was being used to lure and kill demons. We tried to destroy the structure and found a Dao genie named Ralsala as its protector. She negotiated the group to stand down as the tower's destruction would mean her death, and instead she offered an introduction to a powerful devil and information on an oracle named Red Ruth that may be able to offer a route to save both Ralsala and the imprisoned creature at the top of the tower. The cost was unknown, but we figured we should at least move to try and free Ralsala, as she was not a devil and loath to be there. And more so, might be of assistance. When then we moved on to the forest as directed by Ralsala and found a spot to hide the vehicle until our return. We took our first steps into the bloody, bone-calcified forest of horror to try and find the answers we needed. Kashcah, take it away.
Okay, yeah, so I think you had done kind of a scouting trip around the whole Bramblewood patch and found a few entrances, and you discover that none of them are big enough to fit. Sneezing?
No, it's 10.
That's 10, okay. None of them are big enough to fit the vehicle in. So as Vallen said, vehicle stashed behind a large clump of boulders, and you're heading into this entrance. I do have a map. I'm going to move you to it, but I'm probably not going to use the whole thing because I think, yeah, we'll see.
I was so zoomed in.
So the entrance that you're looking at is this bit right here.
Okay. Do we have tokens on the board? Oh, they're there. Okay.
Yeah, they're down the bottom.
So, I think Coyra wanted to go first.
So rude. Palkas, you suddenly feel the urge to just run in.
It's a
Thorn is
forest.
perfectly happy to take point.
There's no dead wood here. It's a happy
Grimm
forest.
picks Palkas up by the seat of his pants and tosses him to the entrance.
So, all right.
So yeah, so aside from this trail, you see what is an impassable kind of bramble, patch that just chokes the woodland outside of these trails. And they even grow kind of overhead as well. So it's like you're entering a tunnel, and they blot out the sky. So ahead of you, you see there's a path kind of going forward and kind of goes like this and like this.
What's the path like?
You mean like what does it look like, or?
I assume that it's sort of close, cramped in with brambles, but like, is there grass underfoot or mulch or little chips of screaming face or what?
Yeah. So there are kind of bits of broken bramble, and these brambles are very kind of bone-like in their appearance. Aside from that, it's kind of rocky and sandy as
Okay.
or it's Doritos. I don't know.
Same
You're saying I should try eating some of the floor.
No, definitely does not look appetizing. So from here, you can see the path kind of going this way a bunch and spreading kind of out that way, and then also like out this way. Get rid of this bit.
Grimm, do we feel left or do we feel right?
Can't see that. It kind of goes that way. But
One of us could go a short way, one way. What was that?
I said I haven't felt right since we started this adventure.
Well, one of us could go one way in a short distance to like the curve, and the other go to the other way to the curve.
Fine, let's give it a try.
okay.
Make kashcah have to uncover more all at once.
Thanks very much. I love you guys. So this carries on like this way, and this carries like this way. Kind of see.
My way seems to be parallel to the outside.
My way branches.
Is there a branch going deeper?
Yeah,
Try it.
maybe.
Bye.
I mean,
And Grimm was
mazes,
never
mazes
seen
are fun.
again.
Okay, so this is kind of where I'm gonna actually stop using the map to some extent,
Okay.
right? Because at this point the map itself becomes very unhelpful. Let's put it that way. As far as like, it's gonna kill all the fun of this location, this point of interest. So the path ahead of you kind of is zigzags a little bit, but there is like kind of a straight line of brambles to your left and kind of a wobbly edge to the right. And it goes, here, I'll tell you kind of how far it goes. So you can see kind of about 30 feet down this path, Grimm.
Keep going cautiously forward.
Okay. So you step forward about 10 feet and you can see like there's a bit of bramble that kind of juts out almost like a wall to your right. And you peer around that and there's like almost like this little alcove, right? And then there's another bit of wall of bramble that juts out. That is a further 10 feet in. And you can't see kind of like round the corner of this wall.
Anything in the alcove?
Nothing in this one.
And it's still kind of a singular path.
Yes. I mean, the alcoves are big enough to fit like 2, maybe 3 people at a pinch. But,
Is that a dare? No, I'm kidding.
I have to get really
How many
close to the brambles.
How many people
Only
can
one
fit
of his
into it?
Palkas because nobody else wants to share the alcove with him. Well, if he starts casting spells.
So, from my own understanding, Palkas, Coyra, and Malvola, are you guys hanging back, or are you moving ahead with Grimm and Thorn?
Depends what Malvola is doing. I'm basically following Malvola at this point.
And I have to say, since we're going kind of single file, I'm following her.
I would probably stay like about 2 squares back from Thorn, but keeping pace with them.
Yeah, maybe I can kind of show you this bit.
That makes sense.
Like this. There's the first kind of alcove. Sorry, the map just really is. It'd be great if we were using dynamic lighting, but dynamic lighting is
Bad.
pretty laggy, so I tend not to use it. So,
Mm.
so there's like the second alcove that you kind of.
Right.
What is Lulu doing?
Oh, Lulu is. She would actually be kind of. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Oop.
I just noticed
be
that
there.
she was missing.
She's like, "You crazy? I ain't going in there."
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the second alcove that you.
I still
Okay.
think it beats the hive nest, like the wasp nest.
What?
Yeah, no fear, no height thing going on. It's less sticky, just more pointy. A few more.
At least
Right-
with the
right
rope
now-
above us, we don't
No.
have anything in theory coming down on top of us.
Also, right now, no wasps trying to murder us, which is also a big benefit.
That's probably the biggest benefit right there.
And no
Well, there are
Lulu
probably
being eaten.
spiders in this place, so
You didn't warn me about that.
you know, hell spiders, no big deal.
Just all spiders, that's fine.
But he needs a good hell spider.
Anything in the second alcove?
Nope, nothing in the second alcove.
Then keep on going, trying to find a way through this craziness.
Kashka?
Okay. Yo.
As I'm close to the entrance, I would like to use Move Earth to like kind of mark our progress.
Okay.
Just like
You're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs.
yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Just like arrows basically pointing, so I'll just kind of draw a little bit on here.
Okay.
The roots of the trees come up and sweep out your
They could,
marking.
but it's better than not doing it. So
Okay, so this alcove is kind of looks like this. Like there's a bit that goes kind of further back here. Can I see that? I missed that bit. And this is like oh, hang on, before you dive in. It looks like the vegetation looks a bit different. It looks more more like it's alive, right? Like these brambles so far, it's actually really difficult to tell if they're even alive or whatever. But this looks like more like a thicket of thorns than like just a crush of this kind of bone bramble material that's been going on so far. And it looks kind of like imagine like you've got a like blackberry or raspberry patch. That's what it kind of looks like. Grimm, could you make a perception check for me, please?
Oh boy.
Okay. You can see a staff entangled in the thorns back here. And the thorns, here, let me, oh boy, you ready for this? I don't know. As they're not really on the map. That's no good. They kind of begin like there. So it gets pretty thorny kind of after that. Like it's like you're wading into like a blackberry patch or something.
And the staff is where?
Staff is back here.
Of course it is.
It looks like it's made of wood, so Coyra will hate it automatically.
Only if it's dead.
Yeah, but it looks dead.
Oh.
Definitely burn. And now it's a one of 1,000 flames.
That staff looks like it has to be yours. Okay, so
Must have staff. Must have staff. After a roll like that, must have staff.
okay, so you start wading into these brambles, and you kind of like you're pulling them and trying to wiggle under and pull another bit, and you're like trying to shimmy through, you know. And it gets to the point where you've got brambles like just all around you. Like these blackberry, they're like, you know, blackberry or hawthorn or something like that. And they're just grabbing, like the thorns are grabbing into your clothes. Not like literally like, you know, but they're just sticking in your clothes and your like gear and everything. And you get to the point actually where you can't move. Like you're being restrained by these brambles.
Features. Because the smart thing would have been to cut through, but
Must have wand.
But you,
I've got that handy +2 katana, you know, so it could have cut through, but no.
You could just cut off a limb that's being restrained. There you go.
I can't move, so I can't cut anything.
Oh. So you're just going to let it happen? And just kind of like go with it and just be like, well.
This is my life now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
Your katana is probably the best weapon the party has for cutting this stuff.
I've got them all. It works fine.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You have them all.
You have them all.
Oh, a scimitar would work, yeah. A scimitar would be perfect.
Ooh. Especially if it's flaming.
Uh-huh. I can make it flame.
Yee.
In the briars.
Imagine that.
Smell of burnt fur, not the thing you want to smell.
Better than the
Okay,
smell
I'm
of
gonna
hell.
try to. I'm sure I need to roll something, but I'm going to try to get wiggle free enough at least to draw the katana.
Okay.
To kind of try to cut.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check. Probably your preferred.
Nope.
Negative. You might actually be
2 natural ones in a row.
You might actually be more stuck than you were before.
Now I'm just imagining hanging upside down or something.
Yeah, now you somehow now only have one foot on the floor. You don't know how the other foot ended up like.
It's strangleweed. You need to relax.
You know those sounds that cats start to make when they start getting really pissed off?
Yeah. Usually
You
the
start to hear
sound,
something like that.
that's also usually the sound when I start completely ignoring the cat and just move on.
I see the pupils getting really big.
So Thorn, there's some kind of like growling going on around the corner now.
I mean, he's a monk. He has all kinds of powers of movement and dexterity that I can't even begin to fathom. I'm sure it's all part of his great plan. I'll get out of the way and send Coyra up. Coyra, can you come and chop some vegetation up, please?
What happened?
Just come and have a look. It's easier than explaining.
Oh, the cat is stuck in the treehouse.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, you come around the corner and like Grimm is like suspended almost, like, and these thick brambles.
Coyra needs a moment to get it from laughing at it.
I don't suppose I can make another attempt to get myself free.
You
I mean, who
can.
knows? I might wind up upside down.
Yeah, you certainly can try.
How far away is Grimm?
You managed to get an arm kind of free, but you don't have a lot of movement to slash anything with.
Question, is he in arm reach distance?
You want to? Yeah, you could stick your arm in.
It's gonna be a mistake, but I'm gonna try to protect him a little bit by using bark skin on him. If he's willing to accept it.
What does bark skin do?
Makes your AC higher, up to 16.
My natural
That's
AC
max.
is 18.
Never mind then. Then I'll just whack it with a scimitar. I attempt to whack the thorns with a scimitar.
Okay, sure.
A non-flaming one.
Oh.
Oh no.
Really?
Sad. I feel like I'm gonna have a really angry cat at me. Despite I'm not willing to pay.
Yeah, Grim, the thorns are actually like, this is starting to hurt a little. Like, ow.
Here's the-
There's so
roll
many
something?
thorns stabbing you.
Here's the question: did he get the staff?
Are you going to reach for the staff?
Well, given my earlier roll of a 1, to see if I submitted to the feature, yeah, I'm grabbing the staff.
Want me
Okay.
to roll anything for the
Or
scimitar?
gonna try. Well, that arm I kind of got free. Instead of reaching for a katana, I'm reaching for the staff.
That makes sense. Yeah, if you could roll your regular scimitar attack for
Sure.
that. It's really tricky to hack this stuff away.
She's also having fun seeing the sights, so.
Staff.
Coyra is just trying to slash while trying to hold her laugh at this point.
Yeah, so you can just like reach and just curl your fingers around the staff and yep, it's just within your grasp. Got like an arm like outstretched, like grabbing it.
Try to pull it free.
Give me a strength check for that.
Just a regular strength check.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
and here, let me. We can...
Yay! It's not a 1!
That's nice.
It's not a one.
I really want that staff. Don't know why, but I really want it.
You are able to get it free of some of the stuff that it's entangled in. Here we go with the careful.
Now, whether I'll be able to get back out with the staff,
Coyra keeps trying to whack the thorns.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Are you just reenacting what we did before the stream?
I'll get out of the way of it.
Yeah, that you're able to make kind of more progress on the thorns.
Thank you, Thorn. It actually helps.
Roll some damage for that, and then Thorn, you can see this kind of like goes around a corner.
Did I
here.
click it? Well, I might have clicked it twice now.
Okay. You do some damage to it. Yep. Nobby, these Grimm, these thorns are starting to really hurt, and actually they're now starting to do some damage.
Of course they are.
And again, these thorns look like they're dead.
No,
No.
these ones look
No,
live.
these ones look live.
So you take 9 points of slashing damage from these thorns.
That's why Coyra is also a bit conflicted on saving thorns but hurting nature. Even though it's hellish nature, still nature.
But it might be nature.
It once used to be nature for sure.
Okay, gonna try to pull the staff the rest of the way out.
Okay, give me another strength check. No.
I'm trying to help a little bit more.
Okay. That will do connect enough to do damage. Okay. What you see is the areas that you've cut, like it's damaged, and then as you watch as kind of Grimm tries to yank at this staff some more, at the same time, the areas that you damaged are kind of knitting themselves back together again.
Oh, great.
Coyra just shouts in, "Hey Grimm, it's repairing itself. I can use fire!"
You don't have like a control plants or a talk to plants or anything, do you, Coyra?
Of course not.
She's a druid. Why would she have something like that?
They never listen to
I
her.
mean-
It's the animals that listen to her.
I'm spike growth. I can grow more spikes on him.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just really more spikes.
Actually, speaking about, Coyra asks Thorn, "Can you move slightly more?"
Uh-oh.
Round the corner, sure.
You take 5 more points of damage, Grimm.
Uh-oh.
Coyra is gonna cast Grasping Vine on this bit, like right here, to try and pull Grimm out.
Oh,
Rake him against the coals. No.
Carefully trying to
So
get him
Wiki
out.
here, how about Thorn Whip?
No, that
Yeah,
does
that
damage
might-
and
Yeah,
pulls.
that does damage. Then he's definitely gonna
That's like doubling
accidentally
it.
murder
Remember
me.
that, Thorn.
So yeah, she's gonna try to carefully pull him out using the grasping. That doesn't look good for him.
Okay.
Want me to put the text in
Yes,
chat? What
please.
it is?
Could I? Okay, conjure a vine, sprouts from ground.
I feel like the image I'm seeing is like Sylvester the cat from Looney Tunes is like entangled in here, and he's like someone's trying to pull him through the doorway, and he's like, it's just getting his butt kicked.
So, okay, Grimm.
The
So-
one thing, if I see that it's hurting Grimm, Coyra would immediately stop trying to do
Okay.
it.
Okay. So Grimm, you feel this like this other vine wrap around your ankle. You know, the one that's like not on the ground, the one that's like suspended, wraps around that ankle, and there's now you can feel the tension start to increase as it's pulling your leg. Do you want to try and like resist this, or? Okay,
He's
yeah,
having an off day.
trying to kind of wiggle your foot free of it, but
How many ones can I roll during this session?
seriously, wow.
That's 3 so far.
It hates you.
At least they're not death saving rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yet.
At this rate, give it time.
I don't suppose anyone knows Greece, do they?
So it
But at
starts.
this point, realizing
I hear it's the
the
word.
problem I can't. Reason I can't get this staff free is I'm only using one hand. I'm going to try to get the other hand on it. Pull it free.
Okay. So you've got the vine pulling you one way. You're like Supermaning the other way, and between those two things happening, you're going to take 18 points of damage.
Oh, good God!
It's getting serious now.
Mm-hmm.
Does Coyra notice that he is hurting from if it's
yowl
from
of
the
pain?
vine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's from her vine or the other vine?
It's impossible to tell, like,
Yeah.
what is hurting him at the moment, but that was some serious damage.
Coyra actually loosens the vine a bit, still slightly holding on to him, but not pulling.
Okay, fair enough. You can kind of maintain that spell without yanking Grimm's leg off.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the
it
leg
feels
up?
useful having all legs, you know?
Oh, I can actually just do this as well. Now you're around the corner. I forgot about that. Sorry. So it is a dead end.
With a wand.
Cheers.
So what you want to do?
Can I get my other hand on it? Or did I manage to get my other hand on it? Or I don't know.
Give me a strength check.
I'm still trying to pull it free, so.
Yeah.
But it might be the key.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you
Yeah.
can get your other hand on it, and you make some progress in pulling it free.
I'm determined
is-
to get it free.
Yeah, it's like I'd say like 50% free now.
Okay, I might survive to get it free.
No, that's it, not you. You're 150% not free. Because that extra 50% from the staff carries over.
That's I might still have some hit
Oh,
points
no.
left by the time I get it free.
Also, you're forgetting about the Coyra vine. So, 250.
No, I'm not paying it, I haven't paid any attention to the Coyra line because I'm focused on the staff.
At least the Coyra vine is not pulling anymore.
Palkas asks,
Rather than pulling on Grimm, can your vine maybe pull on the thorns around Grimm and kind of see if you can pull some space for him?
hmm?
Is a thing I could try, at least with some
Better
brainstorming.
yet, help pull the staff.
Yeah, well, I don't think grabbing that staff is a good idea with the vine. I feel like you're just gonna blatantly attack that vine at this point. So yeah, hearing Thorn
Staff.
suggest that, she actually attempts to pull some of the vines out of the way if possible.
Okay. Yep. Yep. So you could have your vine wrap around those vines. It's just like
Vine.
Vineception.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like whereabouts, which between like this. Oh, hang on, got the wrong thing. Like, whereabouts are you going to have it target?
It's like targeting this side. If
Okay.
you can see it, like trying to get one side free-ish.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So it's kind of like it's almost like holding them back, you know. So you feel like if you release your vine, those other vines would just kind of
Snap.
spring back into place.
Are you making a trebuchet? Are you just like gonna fling him out?
a thorn vine trebuchet?
Oh.
Yeah. So
Gives me an idea.
Malvola and Palkas, what do you? I mean, at first you heard Coyra just like laughing, like hysterically, and now you're hearing
I
Grimm like.
offer Palkas my popcorn.
Oh.
Can I have some?
He would probably, Palkas would
No,
probably
you're
ask,
way over there.
what are they
I can
doing?
go over.
It sounds like Grimm's being torn apart. Is everything
And you do
okay?
hear like there are sounds of pain from Grimm. Right?
Right.
Like he just took a hefty chunk of damage.
Is he okay up there?
only over half my hit points. No big deal.
We see that
He's
every
bleeding
time.
Pretty good. He's being molested by a picker bush and trying to grab some object that I can't see from here.
You had to describe it that way.
Oh yeah, this is the tentacle scene.
Is he like? Wait, is a bush attacking him?
Well, he's
Yes.
not attacking the bush.
Should we be attacking the bush?
Coyra is.
Palkas is looking at Coyra right now, who's probably up there like, and he's like, doesn't look like it. I see she's got a vine. What is going on?
If Coyra can hear you ask
He
that,
went climbing into a picker bush, and now he's stuck. And it's like, you signed up for this, so I don't know that he really wants help.
Coyra
Grimm's
could
life
ask-
is ebbing away. While
If Coyra could have heard Palkas' question, she just shouts over. The scimitar didn't work, it heals itself.
Palkas says, can't you get him out? He's talking to Malvola at this point.
What am I gonna do?
Can't you teleport?
Ouch.
If I'm in there?
Right.
No!
go get him, Mama.
Possibly, good lord.
Palkas says, I thought you liked tentacles. These ones just have spines on them. Come on.
See, that's different.
What you doing, Grimm?
I'm going to continue trying to get this staff.
Okay. Give me another. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's like, yeah.
I noticed this secondary
Mostly
roll was
free. It's mostly free. And mostly free all day.
That's 4 ones I've rolled so far today.
Are you asking to roll more?
No, I'm just
It's
making note of the fact of how many ones I've rolled.
but don't
ridiculous.
do that. It's basically like asking Palkas to do magic surgery.
At this point, I'm
moment you
expecting it to
mention it.
happen.
And you take 14 more points of damage.
Oh god.
Grief.
Okay, he's
This is
hurting a
going
lot. Could you get him out?
You remember that Indiana Jones on the Last Crusade thing where the evil Nazi woman is reaching for the Holy Grail down the abyss? And everyone's going, no, just leave it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Meanwhile, everything's collapsing.
It's true.
But she gets it. And then she just...
she falls into the abyss and dies.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, thankfully, there's no abyss here.
Yes.
Still early days.
And besides, even if there was an abyss here, the vines are going to keep me from falling into it anyway.
That's true.
Well, half of the vines are to the side now, so.
Yeah, you guys can see that Grimm is bleeding pretty heavily at this point.
Mhm.
He's got
Coyra just shouts, "This is bad!
Get him
multiple
out!
wounds.
I'm
Uh,
trying, but if
got
I pull,
scratches like all
I have
over
a
his
leg."
face. And... Palkas, I think.
Are you
just-
moving out of the way?
The only stuff that I can do would be to
Sorry,
get his
Tim.
corpse out of there.
Palkas says, well, I could cast a spell and set things on fire.
I already suggested that, but he's not agreeing with it. He
Well,
doesn't want to fire.
Palkas walks around the corner. Do you want us to burn you out?
Actually, it'd be a question with how focused he is on the staff. Would he even hear?
I mean, you're hurting
Or would
pretty
it
bad.
even register?
Are you trying to kill your character?
No, I'm not.
Just making sure. You know.
But like I said, I rolled a 1 on the whole feature thing, so it's become like that obsession must get.
True, but I
mean,
think
you
at this
almost
point
have
you're taking mortal damage. You might suddenly go, it might not be worth it. Maybe I'll come back and get it another time.
Coyra, do you have any healing spells that aren't touch range?
I do, but then he's entangled by Thorn, he finds completely again. Which I also think will end up killing him, possibly.
You can cast normal spells while holding a concentration. You just can't cast
Wait,
another
is it a
concentration.
normal spell? It is a normal spell! Wow, my first non-concentration!
It's a good one to not concentrate on.
I didn't know that there wasn't a non-concentration one. Yeah, sorry about that. I was used to having everything with concentration. Yeah, upon seeing that, Coyra just brambles some words towards Grimm.
And Valk's gonna do what little he can by using his chill touch cantrip on some of the vines.
Okay.
Which it's necromancy damage, I think. Necromantic.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, and you can see, right, where Coyra has kind of hacked into them with the scimitar. I mean, they have kind of knit back together a bit, but you can still see some damage there. So, okay.
He'll just, until, he can think of some other thing to do, he's going to at least try and keep them from getting worse.
Can you describe like where you're targeting? Are you going for a fresh spot? Are you going for the bits that are being held back? The bits that Coyra hacked at?
I am avoiding the ones that are being pulled back.
Okay.
I'm looking for any that look like they are directly wrapped around his leg or arm or something like that. I'm trying to aim for, and not at him, but like
Okay.
the vine itself.
All right. Sounds good.
Actually, Palkas, while they're frozen, maybe walk them.
It doesn't freeze things. It's called chill touch, but it's actually more like a death's touch type attack.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
It does death damage.
It's weird.
Death damage. Necrotic. Alright. Anybody else doing anything?
Visually, what seems to happen with that? I mean, does that seem to
Oh,
be more effective than hacking at it with the sword?
It doesn't seem to have bounced back from that. Like, it doesn't seem to be knitting itself back together.
Suddenly he's like, I'm useful. Okay.
It does seem to have been pretty effective.
You've given me an idea, Palkas.
Oh, that's right, and it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. Oh. So yeah, I'll definitely keep casting that. Bonus effect of the cantrip.
Okay. Is there portions of these vine things where I could grab hold of it without like sticking my hand directly into thorns and stuff?
I mean, you could go for one of the outer ones. They're all thorny, right? But you could go for one of the outer ones, so you don't have to stick your hand like into the mess.
Well, I would be trying to aim for stuff that is directly or as directly attacking Grimm as possible.
Okay.
I cast Vampiric Touch, which basically I make a melee spell attack against whatever the target is, and if it connects, it takes what, 4d6 damage?
Nice. So that connects.
Okay.
Palkas is going to say, Coyra, either continue healing him or help hack at the vines. If we all concentrate our efforts on it, maybe it'll be enough to set him free.
So, so the part that you're kind of managing to hit the same kind of part that Palkas hit with the chill touch, and that part withers away with the kind of combined efforts of both spells. And Grimm, you have kind of a clear path out of here now. You might take basically, hang on. I'm gonna do a bit more drawing. My name is kashcah, and I like drawing. Like this bit right here. You know, come on. Like this bit here is all like kind of gone, right? Like
Until
these-
Coyra releases the vine.
like these bits over here are all still like brambly and blah blah blah, right? And obviously back here as well. But you've got this kind of pathway out now. So you are still kind of surrounded yourself, but in that direction is like clear. Clear.
Gee,
Meanwhile-
can you guess what I'm gonna do?
Meanwhile, Coyra is
I
rambling
can
some more
guess.
words towards Grimm. See, nature is dying. Spell becomes less effective. Just saying.
Alright, Grimm, what you doing?
Killing himself.
That roll should answer the question.
Alright, the staff is free.
Okay, have staff now. Okay, how do I get out of here?
Get out.
Now I turn my attention to, I'm stuck.
Get out of the bush.
Get out of the bush.
Come on, you damn cat. Get out of the bush.
So is anybody else doing anything?
Look at my broom. I start like, shoo. Shoo.
That spell has a duration.
Oh yeah. Can you hit me with the card instead of the rolls? Huh?
If my character sheet would open.
No. No
It's
characters.
roll 20.
Damn it. Why is this acting stupid now?
Roll
Like, this used
20.
to work perfectly every time, and now it's like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
It's alright, I can. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Oh, it's a 1 minute duration.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, but you can't. Hang on. Does your siphon life force? La la la. Okay. But wow. I come back to this tab and it's like
Oh wow. That was awful. If it's like half a minute past already, Coyra would shout, "Get out! The vine is getting weaker." It only lasts up to a minute.
can you from what I'm reading, Malvola, you can't like retarget that spell though? That's on like, you know what I mean? Like you targeted this chunk and that power is withered away, so now you're wanting to target a different chunk? Is that kind of what you...
I'm having issues where it's not, like, Roll20 is just not showing me my character sheet, right?
Like, here's what I've got. Hang on. Oop. I will just put that there. That's what I've got for it.
You can actually do a search for it as well.
Okay, so I'm not understanding what you're getting at.
disappeared from Roll20.
Oh yeah. So you You've killed the bit of vine that you targeted.
Yeah.
They're not all connected on the same route.
Okay.
So,
There's another one 5 inches away.
okay, so that's what I was asking, is if it can be like retargeted to.
It says a creature within your reach, and I'm not sure how that works with a picker bush.
Okay, well, let's just go with it. Okay, so you're gonna. Which bit do you want to target now? Like, if you want.
I guess I
Hey,
would
let's-
make the path wider.
Okay.
See, it does say the touch of your shadow-wreathed hand can siphon falls from others. That kind of implies that for the duration, each time he does a fresh hit, he's just reaching out and smashing something else.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I mean, I
Mhm.
can. It's any number of targets, as many melee spell attacks as I can do in a minute.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of gonna target like this chunk.
Yeah.
Also, why did you roll 20 close?
I think you should target this chunk.
No. This chunk is already killing itself. It's fine.
So you want to roll some damage on? Oh, is that the 4 and the 10? Is
Yeah,
okay.
the second one was roll 20 not working right.
No worries. If only I could. Yeah. So you burn most of that away as well, and it does not seem to be reforming itself. Okay. So
Okay.
I think well, it's gonna be reduced, but hang on one second.
Coyra is still telling you to get out as the vine holding all the other vines back is slowly losing power.
I'm Grimm. You
And
take,
it will snap you in the face.
it will you take 10 more points of damage from what is surrounding you. So less, it's reduced because you have less surrounding you now, but
Yeah, I am gonna. Now that I've got the staff in hand, I'm gonna try to get out of this.
okay.
I've accomplished my objective now to get out.
I thought the objective was to kill yourself.
No, the objective was to get the staff. Come on, keep up. Pay attention.
I thought that was a side
Coyra
mission.
sees the staff, she just goes like, "Why did you want a little twig? If you wanted a twig, we could have gotten one for you. You don't need to risk your life for a twig."
I don't know what I need to roll to try to work my way out of this.
Can you do another acrobatics check for me, please?
Nope.
Wow, what the hell, man?
Whoa.
That's like
You are
insane.
That's 5 so far.
You really want to die?
No, I don't.
Is the DC 8? He still has a +7.
Right?
+7 in that. Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. You are
I
still
do
stuck.
wonder about Roll20's random number generator in this overrated time.
It's random.
I feel like maybe we switch to real dice. Next episode, let's just switch to real dice if you want.
I have them ready.
If I still had real dice.
Uh-oh. Malvola's getting itchy.
Malvola, it's not worth the one. The twig is not worth it.
So, anybody else doing anything? You guys are watching. Grimm looks like he's trying to get out now, but
Yeah.
still struggling. Like
I think I'm still maintaining shooting things with chill touch to prevent them from growing back so that he can escape. Palkas is going to say, can someone grab him and pull him out?
I can have a go at that. I can try to follow the dead zone in and kind of give Grimm a hand and pull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coyra says, I can try, but then Avernus is gonna slap him in the face.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I can do it. There's not much else I can do.
And what you
like-
could do, so either do you want to like give a strength check to pull him out, or do you want to give him advantage on his next check?
I'll give him advantage
Okay,
because his other rolls have been okay.
all right.
Here comes the double one.
Snake eyes.
Snake Eyes Black.
All right, Grimm. One
Hands
more.
up down here.
Once more with feeling. Okay. Yeah,
I
with
think it was
your
with advantage.
advantage, you with much effort and maybe a little parting shot from the vines. 5 damage from the vines as you are assisted out of the thicket.
Okay.
Ouch.
Once I'm free.
He jumps back in. Hey!
Oh, that reminds me, I'm fully healed now.
Yeah.
The moment he gets out of the vines completely, Coyra on purpose lets the grasping vine drop and says, just on time.
Okay, gotcha.
That's probably about true, actually.
Most likely, if he waited slightly longer, the vines would have slapped him. You are out, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
You are.
Now leaning on the staff that I pulled out of there. Shall we continue on?
I can set it on fire if you want.
Are the vines actively trying to grab people?
Nope.
Or are they just staying in their area?
They're staying where they are.
Palkas stops shooting them with chill touch and makes space for other people.
Coyra just says the reason the vines attacked him is because he attacked them.
Lulu says, "Is he okay? What is going on up there?"
Oh, I
He
don't
saw
know.
a twig.
He got in the bushes somehow, and we narrowly got him out. I think that the walls might be alive.
How does the staff actually look now that Grimm's escaped?
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking a look at
Mm-hmm.
my prize.
Can we move away from the thorny bushes before
My
for
prize.
just move forward, please?
Now I'm imagining that it's actually just a regular twig, like a regular stick or so.
My precious.
I mean, it looks like a very finely made staff. Looks like it's made of hawthorn wood.
Fitting.
And these are rare hawthorn thorn bushes. No, I don't know.
Yeah, Coyra actually, upon Palkas hearing say the joke, she actually tries to identify those thorns if she can. Which check is that?
In nature, wouldn't it?
Yep, thank you, I couldn't find
That
it.
is a dead end.
Almost entirely accurate.
Gee, anything in the dead end?
Push him out, now!
A few skulls.
Other forms?
Some thorns.
Cat toy.
Does Coyra see anything of resemblance on these
What?
thorns?
Sorry, say again, Cora.
Does Coyra recognize anything of these thorn bushes? Or are they too corrupted by heck?
And they do kind of look like hawthorn bushes, but they do look kind of like slightly corrupted. Like they don't usually, you've never seen a hawthorn bush like this shape or this kind of take on these attributes before of being so stabby. And I mean, hawthorn's pretty stabby, but
Coyra actually says to Palkas, You might actually have guessed correctly.
I was actually just joking in game. I didn't even realize Hawthorne was Brambly, which makes
Me neither.
no sense because it has Thorn in the name.
Me neither. Don't
But
worry.
yeah, okay.
So do I, but I'm not Bradley.
You stab all kinds of things.
Some would beg to differ. Yes.
You're the most pokey thing in this campaign.
Looking at it.
It does not seem to be magical.
Of course it doesn't.
I mean, it had a magical attraction for you.
So, do you
No,
say
that
anything
was
about it
actually
being a
because
dead
of
end?
the gauntlets.
Yeah.
Thorn, do you say anything about it being a dead end?
Yes, oh yeah, I'll point that out. I'm not just going to let you all fire in one by one and leave again.
All right, Palkas will backtrack and start deleting the markers that he had.
I was sacking some arrows.
But the all-important question, is there anything in the dead end?
Nope.
Okay.
There's Doritos.
And he'll actually put like some lines across there.
Wow, so rude.
Not across Lulu. He moved in while he was drawing the lines. Drawing lines in the sand.
Before Coyra moves away, she just apologizes to the Thorns for causing so much damage. She doesn't know why, but when she does damage to nature, she feels like it's kind of appropriate to at least apologize. And after that, she moves on.
Okay.
See, it's
Well-
not Deadwood, it's fine to apologize. You see, if it's Deadwood, it has to burn.
Struck by Coyra's apology, as Thorn goes past, he will give the vines the bird, just in case.
Bird vines.
The Vine's response? Nothing.
They slap you!
Hey, at least I didn't try eating any of them.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the other thing is, we know that there's someone in this forest that is needing, or that we need help from, possibly. And us hurting the nature of that person might end bad. So Coyra is being extra careful. But just in general, she hates it when she has to do any kind of damage to nature, and when she does. She's kind to nature then.
I mean, I still think we're pushing the definition of nature a little.
It still resembles some form of nature, so
Yeah. Anyway,
Alright. What you guys up to now?
I backtracked to a point where I feel I don't know if we're going this way or if we're going this way or what. So Palkas is kind of like backing up.
Well, I'll go down to have a look up this way.
Okay.
Okay. So this way, the path continues like this.
Much to muchness. Let's head on up.
Grimm, you coming?
if there are any Thorns, we need to keep the cat away from them. Just for safety reasons.
Oh, that is what has killed 9 out of 10 of my houseplants.
Yep, the path kind of winds around.
Okay.
Bone fragments crunching underfoot.
Not too bad. keep on trucking.
Okay.
But let me stay in front, Grim. That way, if anything leaps out, it'll leap out at me first.
Notice I've been staying behind.
Yeah.
So, with the Archer Defiance, what's the red resembling? I suddenly see that there's red in it too
Bits
now.
of Grimm.
Okay, makes sense.
That's Grimm's blood from.
Grimm bits.
Okay.
So it yeah, it looks like you've got like a path that goes kind of to the left, one that goes straight forward, and then an exit. You've found one of the other exits.
We found our way.
So, first hypothesis, maybe we have 4 exits, the kind of circular track around, and then sporadic paths off the track around. So let's try going in again.
I assume Lulu is between me and Palkas?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Just making sure that we don't like squish Lulu.
Don't squish. So this path continues on. Okay. Yeah, it continues on that way.
Exit?
Yep, it's Palkas. He doesn't spell good.
I mean, I know that. I still remember the if you feel lonely. I've
Same
written
kind
it
of
right
text
that
right
way.
Okay, so here's where I need to zoom in. So, as you kind of approach this corner, you can see a soft light from up ahead, and one second. It's like a kind of a white blue glowing light from kind of around like this corner.
Okay. I tell everyone else to stay back. Stick my head on it.
Okay. So actually, let me see. 1 second. Let me see if I have a thing that I should have looked for before, but I didn't think of it.
She's looking for a token for a T-Rex topiary.
That would be amazing.
They will probably come to life and try to eat us all.
I was once told to not give the DM IDs. Just saying. Like, that was one of the first warnings I've gotten when I started playing.
Okay.
I think it's a good strategy.
What, giving the DM IDs? Or
No,
not
not
giving?
giving the
Okay. So, around the corner, you see kind of like lounging almost these spirits. And when they see you, well, are you trying to hide, or are you being kind of quite open about walking forward?
No, I'm just walking around the corner.
Okay. When they see you, they say, they say in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish? I'm assuming you do, right? Yeah. Okay. So they say in Elvish, oh, look at him, he's so beautiful. Oh, he smells of life and the material plane. Oh, and they kind of like, they rush forward a little bit and kind of like crowd in to.
I mean,
Sorry.
that's their first mistake, the rushing towards Thorn.
And me see if I have a handout for this thing. Oh, no, I don't really. They look. That's kind of a weird handout to put in that. They look ethereal, like if it were, as if they were kind of ghost-like. But they look kind of like dryads, like ethereal dryads. And they're kind of like it's like they're trying to breathe you in, Thorn. They're like, and they're just kind of gushing over you. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm so glad you've arrived, and oh, it's been so long since we've seen somebody alive, and they're just like, one is kind of like, this one will kind of come over here, and she's like sniffing your hair, and
okay, I'm going to call back to the others. There's some weird things here.
Does Malvola have any of that popcorn left?
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
I'll try asking, who are you?
Malvola, if you have some corn, I can make a fire.
they say, oh, we are inhabitants of this forest. They say, could you remind us of the wonders of life, please? Man, I feel like they have totally asked the wrong person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's gonna be interesting. Honestly.
They say, tell us a
well, I
story.
mean,
Tell us a story,
okay.
elf.
Oh no.
What you think of as life is a mockery. There is no life. There's a tiny, thin skin of glittering animation over endless abysses of filth. How can you not know this?
They kind of like look at each other. This is not how I remember it. Is that how you? I know it's been so long. And then this one notices Grimm and will like kind of rush forward to you, Grimm. Another one! Oh, you smell of sweet life. Remind us of how it is, how life is, how wonderful it is to be alive.
If Coyra can see that, she just tries to hide a bit more. Just in case. And she gives a sign to Palkas to also do the same.
What do they look like again?
They look like ethereal dryads.
Okay. I guess Palkas would be confused at this point. They don't seem violent.
Yeah, Grimm is too. Like, what?
He's like, pick up them all, put them all down. Pick. I don't.
Coyra just looks like, I've no weeded. But they're asking Grimm stuff.
Palkas says, ask them if they know the way to Red Ruth.
This one is like, asks you, so could you sing me a song? It's been so long since I've heard music.
Who's asking who? Whom?
This one is asking Thorn.
It never said it needs to be a good song.
That's true.
I'm imagining a song about how life is a desperation or something like this.
The world is a vampire.
It's gonna be like the Forgotten Realms equivalent of black metal.
And
This is some coarse shanty from some bad tavern.
And this one.
No, that's if Palkas sings.
My performance is -1. How about a 16?
That's good.
Apparently you're good at heavy metal.
This one seems quite entranced by your singing. And this one says, tell me of the trees. Please. It's
Oh,
so
no.
good to see a living thing.
Palkas says, "Is that Thorn singing?"
Didn't even know he could sing.
It's kind of like the scene with Mary in I can't remember which Lord of the Rings movie that was.
Oh, where he's
gosh.
singing to like.
Oh.
where it's like, that came out of you.
So what you guys doing?
Oh,
I know Thorn is singing.
Palkas-
Grimm, you've got this ethereal dryad in front of you.
I'm questioning what's going on.
Palkas,
Point at Malvola.
Mainly the
There's no
Thorn
mushroom.
singing bit.
did Palkas hear the question about trees?
Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah.
Want me to also make a roll then?
I'm just thinking about how far apart you guys are.
There you go.
So I'm thinking if Palkas would hear it, I would for sure hear it, but if he doesn't, I might hear it.
You hear something trees.
Do I?
You don't know what.
Is it me or Palkas?
That's Palkas.
Okay. I assume I hear it better then?
Maybe a little. I mean, they're 20 feet away, kind of having a
Right.
conversation.
Palkas starts moving up and says, "Come on, let's go talk to them. Maybe they can help us. They don't seem to be violent in nature." And he's kind of shooing Shy forward with him.
Coyra.
There's nowhere to go.
We only threaten a 5-foot space, right? We can actually share spaces if we're friendly.
Everybody get cozy.
If we break
Palkas
the COVID
wants to
rules,
visit with
we
them.
can.
I mean,
Oh,
we've all
wait,
been in
what's-
lifts.
We're still sticking to those rules.
Get back here. Palkas approaches to see what all the fuss is about besides blue glowy lights.
So the singing, these two actually kind of like embrace each other and start dancing. Like these two.
Okay.
How are they dancing? Are they
This
doing
is
like
all
that
very
or?
normal.
Okay, this could wind up being an improvement or make things worse.
Probably both.
But Grimm hasn't played his flute in quite a long time.
Oh no.
And it
And
shows.
Sure for one.
So she looks entranced when she sees you like getting your flute out of your bag. Her eyes get big and she's like, and then you start playing your flute and she's like, like,
She'll leave me alone now.
and she kind of like jumps back a little bit, and then she, notices like her companions dancing, and she'll kind of like drift over here and begin dancing as well.
Coyra actually walks past the rest and
So
has
see,
an
like I
idea.
said,
Since they are entranced by the music, how about bubble?
it
And she
did
just
improve.
motions and grabs the bubble pipe.
Harry, you can see this ghostly dryad thing, right?
I don't know what you're doing, but
Whatever you're doing is
That's
great.
me.
Yeah, so the bubbles, it's kind of weird, right? The bubbles float up, and then as they're kind of like drifting around there isn't a lot of air movement in this, maze that you're in. So as they're floating around, one of them will float actually straight through one of the ethereal dryad's faces, and she looks like this is the best thing that's ever happened to her.
okay. Coyra doesn't stop blowing bubbles then. I mean, it's a nice way to relax blowing bubbles, just saying. You should try it once.
Palkas says, "What happened to you folk? Who are you?"
They are busy dancing.
Okay.
they kind of, I mean, they don't really know that you're talking to them. And...
He just waits until the song finishes because he's not about to interrupt a bunch of ghosts that are transfixed by a song. So.
A song of Thorn.
Right, even more so.
You said one of them was examining my hair.
Yeah, it looked like
Did
she
they
was
actually-
sniffing your hair.
Was there any sensation of being touched?
No. She just got really close, like right in your bubble, like, and was sniffing your hair.
I mean, I have no idea what normal is anymore. Fair enough.
So you're gonna
Yeah,
keep
but that being
singing?
Typical player behavior, but I suppose so.
Yeah, once I successfully drove the dryad thing away from me with the night word flute playing, I put the flute away.
Okay.
Coyra actually asks you, want me to deal with the flute? It can burn. She's saying. She's trying to be helpful. The thing has only cost a spell so far.
Yeah, this one is like, while you're blowing bubbles, it's like she's like floating around to try and like capture them, you know, but they just pass right through her as she floats towards them and it's like the weirdest thing you've ever seen. And you guys have seen a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Upon seeing this, actually, Coyra actually tries to look if, or tries to figure out if there's like toxic fumes around or something. I mean, they're listening to a song of Thorn that I'm imagining is about how terrible the world is and stuff.
But he's singing it very nicely.
I mean, true. What check do you want me to do for that?
Wait, what are you
Trying to see if there's any toxic fumes
Oh,
going
okay,
on.
okay.
It's something.
Make a perception check. A smell check. You don't see any sign of like noxious
Other than-
gases.
Other than these 4 ghosts, you mean?
And Palkas behind you, he's kind of
Yeah.
noxious.
Nothing past the usual, basically.
Yeah. Yes, nothing unusual.
Yeah.
Palkas takes a seat until the song singing is finished because it seems slightly out of character for Thorn to actually enjoy doing this. They seem passive. Nobody seems to be getting injured.
Coyra
And
actually.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's a good point.
Good point. Good point. All right. And he rolls a Constitution save. And it's fine. Proceeds to stroke his feathery beard.
So, how long are you gonna sing for, Thorn?
Well, after a few minutes, I'll probably run out of song, I'd imagine.
Are you gonna start another one, or
I'm going to try not to.
when you stop singing, and well, let me before I do anything else. Is anybody else gonna do anything while Thorn is singing?
While Thorn is singing, I'm going to try to slip past and see if there's anything beyond these spirits.
You find a dead end. Like, there's nothing in this corner.
Other than questioning Thorn's sanity at this point, Coyra just
That
keeps
tried a
blowing
long time
bubbles.
ago.
Oh yes, she knows, but it's like every single time there's like a little bit less sanity left, you know? Like every single time. Just slightly left.
I touched your motive.
It's noticeable. It's like working out.
Where's Lulu?
Yeah, she is kind of like back here, hanging out with you guys.
Do you know anything about these creatures, Lulu?
She says, I had no idea Thorn could sing.
That's the creature he was talking about.
Nods his head.
So when you finish singing, Thorn, they look incredibly dismayed. And they do beg you for another, please.
Coyra also goes,
or
oh,
a
good.
story, or perhaps a sweet kiss, and one will offer her cheek. Like, she's like,
Please, may we have some more?
just anything.
My friends over there have good stories.
You're gesturing towards like Coyra and Palkas. So. Okay. This one will take the bait. And she kind of drifts past you, Coyra, and will kind of land, and then her friend will join her. This one continues to beg for stories and songs.
Okay, well, I'll tell her the story of my brother in the Book of Fragments.
Oh, do tell.
I've shared that with the party at this point, at least with the players. I think the party.
It's such a happy story, though.
Yeah.
It makes me smile.
Like when you say you're going to tell her a story, she kind of like she motions like she's sitting on the ground, like and maybe she's hovering like this much above it, you know, and she's got her legs crossed and she's like waiting for it, you know, and as you start telling it, she starts to frown a little bit, like, it's not the story I expected. She's like,
I'm not sure why.
She's like trying to. It's like she's waiting for like a happy ending here. She's like holding it. Meanwhile,
true. I'm a monster.
These two are like, oh, a half-orc, and this one kind of like gets.
Oh god!
This one kind of gets right in your face, and she's like sniffing, you know, your hair, and she's like.
Sing for you if you answer my friend's questions.
Oh, what are your questions?
What were you offering her?
I will sing for them if they answer your questions.
Does he sing well? Does he sing like the other one?
Palkas says, I don't know. I've never heard any of them sing before. This is a first for me. He suddenly looks a little cornered. How did you come to get here is my first question.
Oh, we have been here since she created this forest.
Are you alive?
We have a life of sorts. How do you define what is alive?
Not Thorn.
Can we touch each other? And he holds a finger up.
Is this a pull my finger joke?
No.
I was more imagining E.T. going home.
She says, I don't think we can.
Oh.
And she'll reach her hand towards your finger, and your finger does just pass right through her hand.
Oh.
Tell us of the trees. Are they still there?
Palkas casts minor illusion and makes a 5-foot representation of a tree and says, they look like this. Some of them do.
You can see them, they're almost like weeping for joy at the sight of a tree. and they both like just spiral around it, like, you know.
It's just a little pine.
Mhm.
And he said, obviously, they're much bigger.
They barely even seem to hear you because they are just flying around this tree. Like, you can see like tears kind of rolling down their face.
He maintains it
Coyra.
for a little bit longer, but then he ends up like letting it go after a bit.
Coyra actually holds up the bag of fur and motions to it to Palkas like, should I?
Palkas just goes, Can you be returned to the material plane? Is that where you're from?
They say, we have been there many years ago, but that is not our home.
Can you lead us to Red Ruth?
They say, for another tree or another song, but I prefer a tree.
Palkas says, first a song, then a tree. And he looks over at Malvola.
He clears his throat, takes a drink.
Oh, not too bad. Yep, it's
They're actually all more talented.
I
And he-
would have expected it to be better than that.
He breathes lightly.
Yeah, performance 4 is solid.
yeah. So they seem quite entertained by your song.
Okay. And Palkas says, maybe Coyra has something of interest before I show another tree. In fact, you might like it better.
They kind of turn to look at you with great anticipation on their face. Coyra.
Coyra takes one step back and throws a little ball in front of her and becomes a boar. She says, I know it's not much, but it's alive and it can stay for a while.
This one is going to take the opportunity to like exit out of this story that does not have a happy ending.
I'm still pretty sure that Thorn is waiting for the happy ending
To
too.
that story a long while ago.
Call that a moment of clarity, boys and girls.
and they're just like all three of them are like flying around this boar, like sniffing it and looking over it, and yes, they seem incredibly entranced by it.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, and Palkas is like kind of motioning.
Let's go.
We should go. Leave the pet pig.
Can stay for until dawn, can't it?
I made a boar token.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's adorable.
When I was a young warthog. Box is like, Thorn, your singing is demanded at the performance hall. Would you mind?
Yes, of course. Did I hear one of them tell you how to get to where we're looking for?
Red Root?
Red Ruth, not Mad Maggie. Red Ruth.
Red Ruth?
Yes, Red Ruth.
Not this way.
Okay. Right.
Coyra basically tells the boar before she goes, feel at home, but don't wreck the place.
The boar starts like rooting around, like, you know, like pigs
Like
do.
a boar does.
Yeah. Pushing around all the bits in the dirt and everything.
Hey, Kashcah.
Hey, yeah.
These paths that we're on, is it fully roofed over?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so what's the plan? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Head on around the hole.
Whoop, I missed a bit. There we go. This goes forward quite a ways. And then heads around a corner.
Very strange, but at least it wasn't disastrous.
I'm actually amazed that a boar came out and not a panther, you know?
Yeah. Always the panther. It was stuck
like the
on,
last-
definitely stuck on panther for a while.
I think I've run out of panther balls.
Greetings, fellow panther balls, I hope.
And you have found a dead end.
Oh.
Another
A
one.
dead end as in it's killing us, or
Oh, this one
I
just...
mean, at this point we're
Open my
not
eye.
sure.
There's nothing going on here. Nope,
Okay,
Wow.
nothing going on.
right. Complete retracing of steps then.
Okay, over
Oh.
I love the music note, it's amazing.
And Palkas proceeds to move back and reverse the directions of all of his just kind of turn that
Just
around.
totally
Actually, probably do this. Move it down here.
So this path goes to a T. Get to a T up ahead. Where did I leave Lulu? There it is.
Wow, there it is.
I know,
Wow.
I'm sorry, Lulu. I was thinking more of her dog. Oh, whoa. That was not great. Okay, let's try that again. So yeah, this one continues in this direction. And this continues like that.
Wow.
That's not so pressing inwards by preference.
Oops.
Alright, so this. Sorry, map difficult.
Yeah.
So that's kind of looks like it goes around to the left and then also to the right. So you discover that this side is a dead end. And this side looks like it takes a further turn. Like in this direction.
I just saw the Tormentor drawing you did.
Hmm?
I just saw the Tormentor drawing. It's so adorable.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay. So this kind of opens out a bit. See this little corner there. And you find yet another. If I take it, you're gonna look around the corner. Yeah, okay. Another dead end.
Boo.
At least they're still alive.
But
Yeah,
nothing.
make sure we examine every dead end, make sure there's nothing in them.
Don't. You'll get eaten by a plant.
But nothing of note.
We're certainly assuming that there aren't creatures that can just move through these bone spike walls as if they're water or
Ghost chicks
something.
probably can do that.
You mean Thorn's girlfriends?
Groupies.
So this goes to an exit.
Okay.
What the hell?
Seems like you chose the wrong entrance.
I guess we've got to walk around the outside for a bit then.
Time to find another entrance. When I asked them if they could lead us to where Red Ruth was,
Yeah.
they said no, right?
No, they said that they would.
Oh,
Yeah, for a song in a tree.
gotcha.
They said if you give us another tree, we will.
Palkas would say, "Why don't we have the spirits just take us there?"
Mm.
They said they would. I mean,
Then why
You
did we
were the one
leave
who
them?
brokered that deal and it didn't come through on your end.
oh, they seem out of place.
Sorry.
I admit they're weird.
Try to
There's
inhale my
definitely some
beverage.
like something ain't right here.
Are
But
you,
They
are you
prob-
now saying the stuff looks out of place in hell?
Yes. Sort of like you do.
Thank you. I know that I'm out of place in this place.
So Palkas has suggested we go back and talk to the spirits instead of finding another entrance.
Coyra 100% agrees. She didn't know about the deal. She wasn't paying attention.
Secret Palkas deals.
I mean, yes, sure.
oh my god,
Alright.
this whole place is bananas.
Okay.
Bananas!
Honestly, it's really good making deals with Palkas. You get stuff and you don't need to give stuff back.
So then Palkas backtracks.
You can see Thorn by the way,
Coyra follows him.
that this continues like that direction. Okay. So the dryads are just following this boar around as it snuffles up and down this kind of passage here.
And Palkas approaches and says, "Can you show us how to get to Red Ruth, keeping in mind that we're mortals and can't just pass through things?"
They say, "Oh, but that means we would have to leave our new friend."
He can come along.
Sure.
Coyra tells the boar, follow.
Yay.
Okay. So they will okay. Good, I can grab them all at once. So they kind of float in this direction. And they're constantly kind of checking to make sure that the boar is also joining you. And then they will go back down the passage that you just came from, right?
Duck on it.
They kind of go this way.
Just really quick, imagine that I'm behind the boar. It's quite hard to move both tokens at the same
Yeah,
time.
no worries.
I just turned into a pig.
Crazy dryad magic.
I mean, there is some tweaking to do then.
And they will. Hang on one second. Let me make sure I go the right way.
Kafka's tracing the maze.
Listen, you. They will actually go over here where Grimm is. And then they're gonna head north.
Doggone it.
Let me just do this. Hang on. Wait, no, you don't want to do that? Okay, fine. How about this? You want to do that? Wait. Okay. Oh, damn it. Uh-oh. Hang on. I gotta grab these ladies again. 1 sec. I need to bunch them up and grab all 3 at once. Otherwise, I'm gonna be driven insane by moving tokens around. And they look like they are entering over there.
Wow.
They're going to kind of proceed down the passage, right, until they get to a certain point, and then they're going to say that as long as you follow this forward, it will lead you to Red Root, right?
Well, thank you very much.
So they'll so hang on, I'm not gonna drag their tokens around that whole way, but I am going to show you kind of the way that they would have taken you. Oh, we can just get rid of this whole chunk, can't we?
But they don't want to enter in any further.
They're not particularly interested in meeting with Red Ruth.
Okay.
Is what they will share with you. In fact, they seem like you see kind of a look of like hatred on their faces. So you go this way. I hate this map.
It seems so lovely.
It's great.
Honestly, a boar fits the environment a bit.
And then there's. So I'm gonna go until. This drives me insane.
Things are getting windy.
Actually, I can just do like this. Okay. So at this point, there's like kind of this bit that goes that way. And so are you going to, they will leave you like right around kind of like, actually they'll probably leave you here and they will point that you're to go this way. There's definitely a passage that goes this way, but they're telling you to go this way.
Okay.
And then they will, what? Roll 20. Are you okay? Okay.
Roll 20,
I
are
guess
you
that
okay?
works.
Are you okay? Roll 20.
Sorry, my mouse goes.
Probably not.
No.
And this is kind of a dead end over here. Okay. So at this point, this path kind of does some of this, right? So it kind of zigzags around. And let's see. There's some little like alcoves as well as you proceed. I'm just having a look to see if there's any other points where. Okay. So sorry, I just want to see how much I can reveal quite easily. So this goes like this. Get rid of this chunk here. There.
Thorn is just blundering ahead, basically.
Okay.
with whoever's behind it, however close they are behind him. But my idea really is that as I kind of self-appoint myself meat shield, the best way to do that in this situation is just to be the meat sack at the front. There's no point sneaking through and then having someone ambush Grimm. That goes against the whole point of trying to keep Grimm alive. So I'm just mumbling on through.
Okay.
As we know, he's quite capable of killing himself for a stick.
Yeah,
Before-
it's more sporting if he doesn't have help.
Before we part ways, I'll tell the boar again to keep the spirits company and feel at home,
Okay.
so that
And-
the boar doesn't keep following us.
And I draw, or I summon one more tree.
Mm-hmm.
It'll last for like a minute. And I just kind of put it in here and say, enjoy this for how long it lasts. And
Yeah.
then
Coyra also mentioned to the spirits before leaving there. Sadly enough, the boar will fade away at dawn in the normal realm.
Thank you for your help.
They seem quite sad by this, but then look at the boar again, and the boar is snuffling around and
Yeah,
seem to.
Coyra apologizes and says,
quickly
I wish it
forget.
could be better, but sorry.
Okay, so
This map really is terrible.
I feel bad for kashcah.
It's designed to inspire terror.
Okay, so now you've
For
got
who,
kind
the
of
player or the DM?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
You've got this kind of path that you can see kind of going like this way. Like that. And then you've got, kind of one that goes around the corner here.
On the other side, it's kind of nice for them to know if the board disappears that it's basically down in the normal realm, in the living realm. Gives them a little sense of time for once.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go ahead the other way to dead end.
Don't forget Lulu.
Yeah. Where the heck did I leave her? There she is.
All the
Oh,
way back.
Nobi, do I sound weird, Vallen?
You're kind of
You're
cutting out
really
a little
quiet.
bit. Your voice was.
Oh, yes, it is on. Sorry.
That's all right.
It's Discord for you. So this kind of goes like this. You can see there's a little corner
I'm lost. No.
here. I can just get rid of this bit. Oh.
Grimm, you're
Grimm
getting
is over there.
dangerously close to those plants again.
I feel drawn to them like they're a part of me.
Some of them,
I mean,
some bits
a
of them
part of
still
you
are.
is
Thorns stuck in you. So
I had to check out the dead end.
yeah, for
Make sure
sure.
there wasn't anything interesting in it.
Like plants to murder you?
I mean, that's interesting.
Like staffs or who knows.
So you can kind of see you've got some options again here. Dryads weren't very good at giving directions because
Well, there's only one to go so far, right?
They were not interested
Sorta,
in seeing
kinda.
Red Root, so
Well, I mean, we're kind of bounded now fairly closely by possibility. It's either, up in this bit above Thorn or down in this bit over the side.
it is as you proceed in, the air is getting thicker and stiller, and it's kind of like breathing. It's just stagnant when you breathe it.
Coyra actually blows one bubble just to test the air, how weird the air is.
Is there any sense of which direction the air seems fouler?
Certainly in front of you.
Okay,
It's
let's head on forwards then.
yeah, it's just not getting any nicer as you get deeper into the maze. Okay, so now we have a path this way, and you can see this goes around a corner over here, and you've got one there.
Let's head up here.
By the way, that minor illusion spell, it only lasts a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So this goes kind of down like this, and then you can see this is a dead end. Okay, that makes it easy, thank you. So, Grimm, you start to hear like, well, make a perception check and then I'll know how much description to give you. Oh, and I forgot, this is like... Okay, so you hear what, you know those bamboo wind chimes?
Okay.
It sounds like a lot of those, like lots of tiny bamboo wind chimes, just clacking around from the kind of direction that you're heading. Okay, so, but hang on, I need
In
to
a
do
place
it.
where the air isn't moving.
Yes.
This adventure is making less and less sense.
We're in hell.
I'm saying it makes sense in the first
I
place.
mean, maybe somebody's got a fan turned on in the middle, you know? It's
Yeah,
like-
Just a fan blowing.
You ever hear magic? It's everywhere.
Okay, so Thorn, as you come around this corner, you see that this area has a lot more like junk on the floor. Like there's there seems to be like leaf litter and moldy growth and like twiggy bits, and it all seems to be in kind of piles in this area here. There's like kind of, you know, one pile of junk here, another one here, and you can see like up ahead it's a kind of wall of foam bramble.
Did he just find the trash heap?
Seems like it.
The Fraggle trash heap.
Trashy pass spoken.
Sometimes following your nose does not work.
I guess I'll check
If-
around that corner. Just to be sure.
If the Oracle is in the trash heap, I'm out.
The Oracle is the trash heap.
Right?
The trash heap has spoken.
Okay, so
Still have. It's fine.
so you look around the
Oh, yeah,
corner
don't clean
and
it.
sure enough there is you know, these fairly large piles of leaf litter and junk, and there is another one in this kind of alcove here where you are standing, and as you kind of make your way around to look at the corner, this one is going to move and gets a surprise attack on you.
Oh shit.
Let me get a token.
No token for you.
No token for me.
Since I heard attack, I moved my token to where I'm actually at this point. I'm basically right behind Malvola.
Okay.
It's right here, making the arrow in the dirt.
And Lulu would be right here. And there's your T-Rex made out of leaves. Thanks, Vallen.
Can you just stand right there, please?
Wait, Malvola, are you right there?
And actually, let's roll some
Because I
initiative.
would basically be right behind him, so...
Okay.
Yeah,
Where
I
would
was
Lulu be?
somewhere between us.
Lulu
Mm.
is, yeah, probably like right in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, right.
My amazing initiative roll.
Oh, wow.
It's not a 1.
It's not. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a 1.
It is amazing. There you go. That's
Wait.
how you initiative.
Do I really have the highest one so far? Please don't. No!
I'm sorry, but Coyra's going to
I
have
need
to do
Lulu.
something.
Coyra needs to have a plan. She
Yeah,
usually
we can talk
after
to
you
it.
guys.
Okay, so let me just
3
get
of us
Lulu's.
rolled 4.
Yeah, well done, roll 20. Where did I put Lulu? There she is.
There she is.
Lulu did better than the lot of you.
I mean, makes sense. Yes, I'm not first.
I'm busy drawing lines in the sand. What do you want?
Alright, so Lulu, she might kind of, she's gonna move over here, and hold her action. If anything comes around that corner, actually, she's not gonna do anything because she just has
No.
AoE stuff. And that
I was
would-
gonna say, she
that
gonna
would
thunderwave it?
murder you all.
How
So,
does she even know that there's a thing there yet?
I mean, I think it's
Did it
made
make a
of.
lot of noise?
Oh, you know what? Actually,
Thorn's going to yell, "Ah!"
Okay, fair
actually,
enough.
yeah. I'm
Never
sorry.
mind.
I did say they get a surprise attack, and then I went right into turn order, didn't I?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, no.
I'm sorry, Thorn.
No, bring it on.
I think you said we get a surprise attack.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. We all get one.
So they rolled a 21 to hit you with a slam attack,
That'll do.
and that does 10 bludgeoning damage.
Mm.
And they get 2 of those.
Mm.
16 for the second one.
Nope.
Okay. There we go. That's that one. Okay. And now we'll go Thorn. You get to retort right away.
Okay.
Boo.
Have my customary turn 1 thing.
Stab
Plus 1 attack with plus d8 damage. That'll be the third one.
Okay.
I'm an roll 20. Do it.
If you've got dice handy, feel free to use them.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Never mind.
Or you can just go.
He does get 3 attacks, though. Think about it.
All. Ooh. Yeah, all 3 of those hit.
So that's 40 damage. Wow.
Impressive.
Sing us a song, you're the stabby man.
Maybe that was the song he was singing.
Alright.
I'm suddenly reminded of Butcher Pete from the Fallout games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Coyra.
First thing Coyra attempts is moves a bit so that she can see the creature. Tells Malvola to go slightly out of the way as she's gonna throw a fireball at the thing.
Ooh.
Fireball. Oh god.
She said try.
Yeah, you're so busy trying not to hit Malvola that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can a forest itself burn just asking for a friend?
Right. Anything else you would like to do?
Actually, good call. I might be able to do something else. Let's see. I can not. Nope, I can't.
Okay. Grimm? You have a path in front of you.
Really quick, I used healing word twice,
That's how
right?
I was wondering if I even noticed that there was a fight going on.
I think you might have
Yeah,
heard
apparently
an ooh from Thorn. What were you going to ask her?
I used healing word twice, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As apparently I'm really terrible at keeping track of how many spells I...
There's a path ahead of me, but there's a fight back there. There's a path ahead of me, but there's a fight back there.
It's a guy. It's against a thorny bush.
See, that makes me more inclined to check out the path ahead of me. I've had enough
Still
of
picking
thorns.
thorns out of you.
Does it
Poor
have a
Thorn.
mouth? I jump inside.
Party members excluded from that.
Oh, okay. Although they're stabby, so I get you.
Okay, what the heck?
Oh,
See if we,
I love that you always go in as meat shield.
see if we can't dice up some vegetation.
okay.
Yeah.
The last one hits. For a minute, I thought your perception check was an attack. But... Okay.
Well, at least the attacks weren't ones.
It takes a chunk of damage.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Hey, well, except to sidestep here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not in Malvola's way.
Malvola.
If you're saying something, we can't hear you.
I'm looking at something, trying to
Okay.
decide.
I couldn't tell. You're just a black outline right now.
Yeah, with a black
Yeah, I'm
outline
trying to
with a
figure out
light.
Something about that window.
Like where your mouth is like a little speckle of light for me.
He's doing his Kylo Ren impersonation.
It's like you're wearing a mask.
Yeah. See? He's better than all of us.
I'm gonna use my breath weapon on it.
Okay.
In which case, I'm really glad I stepped to the side.
Oh, I get the feeling this dude sucks at dex saves.
Good.
Yeah, considering it's a big thing in a small space, I don't think he's dancing around.
Yep.
I mean, there's a tiny human inside of it.
They rolled a 5. Oh, do you want to see a bigger version?
You have a bigger version? That sounds amazing.
I think you mean a handout, right? Yeah. Oh, shambling mounds. Oh.
Yeah.
See, I love that you go like, oh, and I'm like, oh, this looks cool.
I remember fighting these in video games a long time ago. The sounds they'd make when fighting in battle.
I think that's Thorn there that you can just see. Like...
I think so.
If this was a
He rolled a
the other
5.
thing that was going on, that'd be Nerevar in there, wouldn't it?
Pretty sure he rolled a 5. Well, he rolled a 5 on his dex save, so.
Okay, well the DC is 15, so he takes the full brunt of it.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't seem to hurt. In fact, you think it might have done the opposite.
Yeah,
It's a
Kinda
ground
realized
type. Thunder Wave on Tangela does nothing.
So you you breathe lightning at it, and it just kind of opens its maw and just.
Okay, so half of us do stuff to heal it. The other half do stuff to make it taste longer. Yeah.
Nom nom nom. I eat lightning
But
for
not
breakfast.
limited to.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I will move a step back.
Malvola pieces out. Okay. Palkas.
Interesting.
Oh, I need to do snap. There we go. Snap. Snap. So you could move over here and then move back.
Sorry, I was just looking at my initiative roll for these this dude. Yeah, that's great.
Actually, seeing so many people up there and everything.
Hey, Black.
Palkas casts a spell where he's at.
Okay.
And it is Dragon's Breath. He casts it on Una.
Oh, okay.
I
And-
actually was about to ask what's an Una.
Una is my imp.
Yeah, I realized.
And he says, "Go, see what you can do." And he moves a bit forward, but seeing that there's kind of like this group of people here and not knowing what's going on, he doesn't know. So I will try and make a little...
Do you want me to see if I have an imp token?
Sure. In the meantime, I'm just going to do this one. Because she's, whatever.
Oh.
She'll be green as well.
Should have one from the Vanderthamp.
Mhm.
Or, yeah, the whatever family.
Yeah.
Fine double.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were imps there.
There were imps. Van Thampus had imps.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an imp token for you.
Okay.
Thumper.
Boop.
Cool.
Hang on, I have to edit it so you can.
I'm giving it fire breath. Realizing we've been running into plants, so...
Okay, you should be able to move it around.
And she'll come over here, and then she'll just kind of... Where's the thing? She'll kind of like... actually, no, she'll probably move there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then do like the cone attack like this. Bleh. Try and hit it with fire.
Okay.
But I do need to roll to see what my wild magic surge thing is. At the same time, it should
I mean, there's
be
been a
on...
lot of ones rolled. Okay. Don't tempt me, Frodo.
So 19.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. So it gets a dex save, which we've already discovered it's fantastic at. Rolled a 10 that time, so it's taking 8 fire damage, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Except doesn't seem particularly bothered by fire. Didn't numb the fire up, but it didn't hurt quite as much as
Okay.
Una expected.
And Una whizzes past Lulu and gets out of there.
Lulu will kind of like. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, doke. Then it gets to retort, and also, as you might have guessed, it has some friends.
Has some what?
Friends.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause
Jesus. I forgot the whole area is trash pile.
Let me push those guys to the back. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Look at the little faces. You're both in there. It's cute.
So this one is actually now going to attack you, Grimm. Does 2 slam attacks. 15 for the first one.
Nope.
And 11 for the second one.
Nope.
Okay. This one is going to attack you, Thorn. So, 20 for the first one. And 8 for the second one. So the 20 hits. Okay. 7, a whopping 7 damage from that. And then this one, is confused. So we'll do like 1 for Grimm, 2 for Thorn. Sorry, Grimm. 21 to hit you, Grimm, from that one. For the first one, and then a 7.
My AC of 18.
So he only hits with 1. So 11 bludgeoning damage from that guy. And that is their turn.
You need to get the frick out of there.
Lulu says, should I blast him?
The imp is probably like, yeah. Blast him.
Oh, I don't think I can trust your answer.
I have a feeling that they would be bickering constantly.
I mean, Lulu tries not to bicker with anybody, right? Like, she's too kind of a soul to bicker with anybody.
Right,
but
to him,
but
it's like its job to be irritated.
I know, but the imp is really like, I mean, she feels like she's being tested by by her deity at this point because the imp is really pushing its luck. So, yeah, she'll stay where she's at for now. And that leaves you, your turn, Thorn.
Okay. Bonus action. Cast Zephyr Strike, which gives me no attack opportunities for a minute. And move here, the other side of Grimm. Unleash all 3 of my Zephyr Strikes on the one directly to my south. Is this 3 or is it one's got advantage? No, it's one's got advantage. So 2, but 1 with advantage. And
Okay.
I'm just going to use physical dice. With
Yeah.
+9.
Okay.
First roll. 9 plus 9 is 18.
That hits.
And second roll, 8. Oh, and that's the one that's, I think, 15 plus 9. So yeah, they'll both hit.
Okay, sweet.
Can I just click on my previous rapier? Will that work? That might work. That does work. And the 1d8 damage bonus is force
Okay.
this time. 1. And then I'm going to use a bit more movement to back off down to here. And I'm going to say, Grimm, fall back.
Yes, please do.
That one looks very hurt.
But Grimm sees a staff.
I mean, who knows what could be? No, I'm just kidding. It looks like a pile of junk.
I might have to dive into the middle of the shambling mound to see
Right.
what's inside.
Just eat me. Come on, just eat me.
Like that scene from Men in Black where he's trying to get the cockroach to eat him.
All right. So then, Coyra, it is your turn.
So Coyra says it's time to water the plants, as sometimes overwatering them can kill him. Grimm, get the heck out of there!
Plus.
And she readies a spell. Can I ready an action spell?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
She readies a spell, and the moment Grimm gets out of there, if he listens, it says here, it can be 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and 10 feet tall. Does it mean, like 30 this way and like 10 this way, or
No,
what does
10
it mean?
vertically off the ground.
Like
So it-
10 tall.
So 10
Wait.
up.
Post the description in chat, please.
The bit that I don't get is this bit. Wait, yeah, actually, let me put it in chat if I figure out how. Not that. How do I put it in chat?
Copy the description and paste it.
Okay, yeah, might be the best. Ignore the roll, please. That can only happen once Thorn gets out of the way. Like, the bit that I don't get is the 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. It's like a double 10 feet thing bit.
No, it's a 10-foot wide hallway with a 10-foot high ceiling, 30 feet
What
long.
it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
3 meters left
So
to
it's-
right, 3
so
meters
it's
up
like-
and down, 10 meters along.
Thank you.
It's like a long rectangle.
So it would go like far
Oh.
this way, but not
Mm.
up
Oh,
and
yeah.
down, basically.
Yeah, you could
Right.
definitely get all three of these creatures.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
once Grimm moves out of the way, I'm gonna flood this bit, basically.
Okay. Cool.
If he moves out of the way. So I'm
Alright.
holding my action for that.
That seems to be about the size you could probably.
Cool.
It's
Alright,
fine.
Look.
Grim, it is your turn.
Should I stay and fight?
Hold your breath.
How good are you at
If you
swimming?
choose to do that, you never get to talk about getting your character killed ever again.
Also, cats and water.
Now we're gonna spend a key point. Well, not just yet. We'll do it this way. The one there.
Yes, that one hits.
Will take 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
Then I will spend the key point to do the monk equivalent of disengage.
Alright.
So
Sweet.
here.
Sweet. Right.
So upon doing that, the wave happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that they don't like water. Want me to reroll, or is a roll from up above the one you
Well,
want?
It's
Up to
actually
you.
no. It's actually they make a dex save, so I don't think you actually even need to roll that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
Well-
let them.
Why is it? I added this spell myself, as you
Mhm.
may be able to realize.
No, that's all right. I mean, it's difficult to get all the stats on it exactly right.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So we've got a 12, a 9, and a 5 for the dex saves. I don't know what the DC is.
The DC would that be my spell DC?
Mhm.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, so they all fail.
Mhm.
And then they take those rolls with damage?
They take 40.
No, because those are attack rolls for some reason, not 48 rolls.
Try clicking on tidal wave like in the chat there and see. Whoa. What just happened?
There.
Yeah.
It worked.
This
DC
is
14.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Then at some point after the session is over, can someone help me fix it so it doesn't do the whole 8-12 thing?
Attack roll.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, so they all take the damage. And this one at the front that has been being kind of constantly pummeled by folks is looking close to death.
So they don't like water. Interesting.
Well, they were trash mounds. What do you expect?
You
Do not
walk,
like being
clean them
True.
up.
True, but then again, they're plants too. Like I was betting on overwatering them would kill them, but I was also fearing that it would heal them.
Oh, nope, no
No,
healing.
this reminds me of a Ron White thing. It's not what that the wind is blowing. It's what the wind is blowing. It's a massive concussive force. I mean, they're literally getting crushed by it. It's not so much that they're being over water.
Yeah, it is like just pummeling them.
So that's just a big wave of water, and then it splashes down into the ground, and we all get flooded by it.
No.
According to the description, it goes away.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
still it does
And then
go
it
out in all
vanishes.
directions and then vanishes. Yep.
So we all got a bath.
So if my fireball would have
I'm-
burned the forest down, I would have done some damage control, you see? All part of the plan.
Alright. Grimm, is there any bonus actions you want to do? Or
No, my bonus action was the
the key point.
point to disengage.
Yep, okay, thanks. Then Malvola.
This is starting to feel like a trope, but it's becoming ridiculous as a fire and forget spell where I can just be like, okay, boop, and then walk into the sunset. I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar right here. Or sorry, one block further south.
I don't think you can cast
Don't
it
you?
in
You
the
cast
wall,
it off
right?
yourself, I thought. Oh no, that's that was
Yeah,
Arms of
but Arms of
Hadar.
Hadar is based on me. Hunger of Hadar I can put like 150 feet away. Although you're right, I can't locate it. Let me try and actually get the description up.
Boop.
Okay, there used to be a button where I could just click on it and it would put the whole thing in chat.
It's
Yeah,
still there. You
yeah.
have to remove it from being. Oh no, never mind. You found it. Pickled octopus tentacle. You and your pickled octopus tentacles. I tell you. Turn area.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
That's a big radius.
Yeah, it is. So I'm kind of thinking I don't want to do that from here.
Retreat. I'm glad I didn't move up. It is very clogged.
Yeah, there's not really anything I can do from here. I'm gonna get out of the way for other people.
No, you drop a bucket of lava and then get out of there.
It's behind everyone
Yeah,
else.
because I have a bucket of lava.
What? How you call yourself a hexblade?
I've got mayonnaise.
Yeah, you picked the wrong thing. There's no mayonnaise.
So no boops. You just peacing out.
I can't get a line of sight on them because there's too many other people crowded around over here.
Oh, and then you'd be within the range, I guess. Okay, fair enough.
Well, it's just I physically can't get to where I can aim at any of them.
Palkas, what would you like to do?
I don't know that I can really do much either. Same situation. he's going to back up further, expecting whatever it is to be coming back out, seeing that everybody's kind of crowding and escaping the area. Water just flushed out of there. Malvola's running away from it. And he's going to
Thank you
call...
for saying water.
he's going to call Una back to him.
My hope is that we can retreat towards Red Ruth's encampment.
And he's going to, for now, just cast True Strike. There you go. That's a cantrip.
Okay.
Done.
All right.
He's still maintaining the concentration on the fire breath.
Okay. So, it's their turn, and this one is gonna kind of move like there, and you can see him like, I'm just gonna put him there because it's like just for the visual effect, right? Because this big shambling mound is trying to squish himself through this tiny gap, and he is gonna get Grimm. You are standing like right there, so he is gonna like, I'm just gonna give him one of his attacks because he's, you know, otherwise occupied trying to squish through the gap, so he doesn't have his whole personage to attack you with. And he misses anyway. He rolled a nat 1. So because he's trying to, like, this giant blob, right? And he's just trying to squish himself through this gap, and it's quite humorous actually to watch. It's like, yeah.
It's like when your cat's trying to paw under the door.
Yeah, or like trying to squish jello through, like, you know, the tines of a fork or something like that. It's just like this big blob that's you know, has too much mass to fit through this gap at the moment, but it certainly is trying, and so it definitely missed with its attack. And yeah, it's like trying to reach you and just failing, you know. Yeah, so that's their turn because they've successfully, the one in front has successfully completely plugged the hole for letting anybody else do anything. Lulu's gonna back up a bit, seeing everybody back up. She's like, what's going on? So she's gonna back up actually here. Except she's kind of like shooting sideways looks at Una, like, I don't want to be too close. She like,
you be nice to her.
tucks her little trunk up, you know. And that takes us to Thorn's turn.
Well, I'm thinking that with that arrow over Palkas's icon, it actually looks like Una is orbiting him.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome effect. I'm going to say fall back to the Oracle, and I'm going to come here to next to
It's like, we found the Oracle?
Okay.
That's it. That's me.
All right. Coyra?
Trade spots with me.
Before
Okay, sure.
Coyra moves anything, she's actually gonna do another tidal wave
Okay.
in the zone again to hit all 3 of them. And after she casts that, she also moves.
All right. They're going to. You know what? The guy in front. I'm not even giving him a dex save because he's busy trying to squish out of that spot. So he's.
Really quick, ignore the first thing. It's just so that I can click the thingy.
Yeah, no worries. But the other two, a 3 and an 18. So one of them actually succeeds.
So it takes half damage.
Okay.
Welp.
15. Alright, so this guy in front is taking the full force. This guy is almost dead, failed his dex save. And this guy in the back is not so damaged. Okay, got it. Grimm?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
I'll
Coyra,
move
did you want to move? Yeah.
Yeah, how far can I move again? Actually go past
Move the other side of Malvola, yeah.
Yeah. I was still in arrow mode apparently.
No worries. Grimm.
Let's see. Dang it, I'm have to disengage again.
Just hit it with your staff. That's all it wants.
Wow,
It
so
just wants
rude.
the staff.
First one definitely hits.
Then I'll spend a key point for my bonus action to disengage and at least there I'm out of people's way. In theory.
Oh boy.
I mean, this one is comical stabbing it because, yeah, it looks like it's wedged now, like, in that gap. So, yeah. It's Malvola.
I call the sword. And I want to try and basically poke a fist-sized hole in this wall right here.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't know what that's going to take with this kind of material, so...
Can you make an attack roll? I'm more interested in the damage, as long as you don't roll like a nat 1 or something. Accidentally stab Palkas.
Yeah.
Shame.
He had it coming.
Okay, so, so you've done some damage to it, but not like, not enough to poke a hole in it. Are you gonna kind of keep going until you break through the wall, or?
I don't know what more I mean, I only get the one attack, so...
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is we've got like this dude here wedged in the gap, right? So those guys are not going anywhere quickly. And then the rest of the party, I feel pretty confident we can break turn order at this point, and you guys can just call out what you want to do, if that's cool with everyone.
I mean, I like where you're going with this, Malvola. I can come and give you a hand if you like.
There we go.
Maybe my rapier can chip some mages off or something.
There's a dude with a big hammer in your party as well, just saying.
I've got an idea for something to guarantee it gets stalled. I come over here and I move Earth. And I take some from here and I just shove it.
I mean, it's seriously, this big shambling man is just wedged in the gap at the moment.
Yep. Just
you can see it's like little tendrily tentacle bits are like grabbed onto the wall, and it's just trying to like yank itself through, and it's just like,
yep.
Their intelligence is not high, you know.
Plant creature trying to get through hole.
Hungry.
He thinks it might be able to
creature
fit somehow, so he's still going to throw a bunch of dirt just to
trying to eat.
ensure that it stays plugged.
All right.
How much dirt?
5 foot by 5 foot cube.
Basically, is the mound still visible?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's a large creature, right? You can see it, like.
Because I want to move there and.
There's a hole there.
Huh?
There's a hole there. I just took from that spot. There's a 5 foot
there.
cube missing there.
It's like Minecraft. He dug up the dirt block and put it over there.
Yep.
There's number 6.
Ow. All right. Yeah, the first two definitely hit.
So that's 14 radiant. And that's the 6th one I've rolled today.
Well, with the number of attacks you get, I'm not surprised.
Okay, it kind of like shrinks back a bit from getting shot in the face.
Just sit there, target practice.
So, Malvola, are you gonna keep bashing the wall?
I'm basically trying to create an arrow slit in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better term.
Yep. So while these guys are messing around with dirt and
We're just making
radiant damage,
not gonna-
then yeah, you can bust through a chunk.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well,
Is this where you just fill the wall cavity with a whole bunch of insulation? or ready mix concrete or something, and then
What do you want to do with your arrow slit?
I'm gonna boop them through it.
Yeah, damn right you are.
Okay. That hits. That definitely hits.
That'll be the one on the left, and then the second one is the one on the right.
Wait, there's two. Wait, hang on. This one or
I thought the south one was dead.
it's not
Not quite.
quite. Still got a little life left in it.
Well, I can. Honestly,
just boop.
if I put the hole here, I can't really see that one on the left anyway, so both of them would have been on this.
Okay. It is kind of actually difficult to see like these two, you know, where one ends and the next one begins as well. And I
Yeah.
accidentally just
I-
picked that dude up. No. What is your deal? Roll 20. Sorry. Okay, so both of those are on this guy. Right?
And I will move aside for someone else to take their pot shot.
All right, Patsy.
Anybody
I don't
else?
actually have a damage cantrip, so
Anybody else want to shoot
I
fish in the
don't
barrel?
have anything to shoot with, so Coyra just moves out of the way. Like
Palkas
in this
would-
corner bit.
Yeah, Palkas would do, like a chill touch through it. He'd move out of the way. He'd let Una let go fire breath through the hole and then move out of the way. We could just keep going.
Fire breath for a straw.
She's small.
And during that time, I'm just going to continue blasting.
Okay. This one is kind of going to shrink like way back into this corner, like, tuck itself in as much as it can.
It already was. It does. You can't like spooge out the other side of the wall.
It was
Wait.
trash.
Oh, wait a second, you guys have look at Coyra right now.
I'm right here.
It's a terrible map. If it was
So-
rotated 45 degrees, all of these goofy angles would line up with the grid.
yeah.
So actually, how big is this hole?
It's
Big enough to
like-
peek through? Right?
to peek.
Like the size of a
Alright,
grapefruit.
right on. You wanna?
Coyra looks through the hole and there's another tidal wave.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right.
Fuck those spell slots, am I right?
Wow.
Let's see. So
Basically,
6,
shambling mounds are just amorphous things anyway.
1
but- oof.
and a 3, so they all fail. Okay, this guy expires. Ugh.
Water just goes back out the hole. Like a little squirt gun.
Coyra.
All right, and as I'm being held to the you can't just
Oh.
collide with the walls thing, I will be holding you guys to that as well, just so you know. Okay, so who I should have kept turn order if you guys were gonna. Well, you guys, I mean they're stuck, right? They can't
Yeah.
do anything, so feel free to
Yeah,
just.
I mean, this is literally just a bum rush at this point where they're just getting kicked and punched and beaten until they're dead.
Yeah, those 3 all hit Grimm. Okay.
For a whopping 21 points of radiant damage.
All right, that one is not looking so good. At any point, do you guys run out of spell slots, or do you
I
all
just ran
have
out.
enough? Okay.
So
you
I'm
all
not
have
gonna
enough,
do any
like-
more tidal
Cantrip.
waves.
Yeah, all have enough cantrips to kind of just.
I can keep fireballing them.
I
If
can throw
that's what you're asking.
Okay. So eventually, right? You
They
guys are
die.
gonna just. You guys are just gonna kill them, right? They can't do anything.
Right.
So. Okay. All right. So they
Limitations of space saved our butts.
are dead.
Hey, Graham, you realize those things are at least partially made of physical trash, right? There could be all kinds of things hiding in their bodies. That's why you killed them, right?
Palkas fills the hole higher. Well, too bad. Let's keep going. They shouldn't bother us on the way out now. No, stop it.
I mean, if he gets talked to death by a plant,
That
it's
face.
your fault.
That's a lot of soggy leaf mold, vines,
Oh.
fungus, lichen,
This
moss.
is not a cat that licks itself clean.
Honestly, I like the tidal wave. It's interesting.
Mhm.
No, that's a really good spell.
I'm glad I
Right.
used it.
I've seen it before, but that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Grimm.
There's another spell I'm waiting to use,
Is
but
there anything to be found in these things?
There is a lot of plant material,
Salad.
In that case, I'd give up after a while.
They are a rotting heap of animated vegetation. So.
I know the feeling.
Great compost.
All right. So,
Very well. In that case,
Mm.
what next?
let us.
Malvola is
That's
really
not here.
indecisive. Or just dancing.
All right. So, in this area, we have this and this, and then this proceeds around this way. And this, the wall kind of here and here, kind of like arches away from you. So it's like got a curved top to it almost. The arches away.
Interesting.
It kind of arches like, come on, like in this direction and this direction. So it's kind of like making a.
So we're outside of a dome.
Yeah, kind of. And you do hear the same kind of clacky noise. Like it's almost like a tinkling kind of clack. And as you come around the corner, you can see, and that didn't, what the heck did I just do? Okay. You can see that actually the walls were arching in a way to make a, the mouth of a cave. And this is kind of what you see, like, in the center here. And that cave has some decoration to it. In the mouth of this cave, it's hundreds of bones and body parts are hanging by twine around the entrance to it, which is kind of what you see, like, right here. And the ceiling
I
is...
see that everywhere.
The ceiling is strung with kind of gore and entrails as well. And there are so many flies in this kind of round the corner here. They're just buzzing, just this constant white noise of flies buzzing.
I like it, it's honest.
I've seen that before. You probably don't want to stand right in that.
Probably should have saved a tidal wave spell for cleaning this area up.
Yeah, so this is
I can
kind
do
of
that.
kind of like the mouth of the cave here, and the clacking noise that you hear as you kind of take a peek is this elderly lady, right? And she is kind of hunched over, and she's wearing a dress that is made from stitched together bones. So what the clacking noise that you can hear are all these bones kind of, moving around as part of her dress. And you can see she also has a string of tiny skulls around her neck. And now that you're in range, you can hear it's kind of like chattering and like tiny cackles of laughter from her direction as well. And then you hear like little kind of rhyme, like little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffy. And it's like just like these little rhymes, and then this cackling of laughter, from her direction.
I'll say, you must be Red Ruth.
And she's kind of sitting in this cave, like she has like this little wooden stool, and she's kind of sitting on the wooden stool, and as she's shifting, her dress is making this clacky noise, and she gets up to her feet, and kind of hobbles over to you, and you hear more kind of nursery rhymes as well, like, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. This laughter. And it's just
One is gonna stab her.
multiple different voices, and then you hear like a rhyme. It sounds like a rhyme, but it's not in a language that you recognize, and more laughter. And she'll say, "Oh, visitor."
Yes, hello. There's several of us.
And you can see further into her
I look
cave.
around shiftily.
Yeah.
As no one appears.
There's no one appears. Yeah, they're all
He's
like...
going crazy. It's fine.
The inside of her cave as well has all these shelves on them, full of jars of many different, concoctions and substances, and some of the bottles look more kind of finished, and there's one particular shelf that is perhaps a little bit cleaner than the rest, and it has like a collection of potion bottles that are sitting out. And she says, "Are you here for a potion, my dear?"
I think we're here for a reading.
Says, divination. She says, come in.
Yes, thank you. Come on, folks, it's all lovely.
If we all just stay here, she will think he's crazy and talking to himself. Maybe that's the plan?
It would be a fantastic friendship.
I mean, let's be honest, by now he might have stabbed her.
So she, as you're all kind of making your way around, she's like, beckoning you in, but it is already getting quite, cozy, with her clutter around and Thorn and Palkas in there.
Is Lulu coming?
Lulu she's gonna kind of do her thing and hang back
She
a little
could
bit.
flutter above one of us too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's high enough.
Yeah, she's kind of peering around, like looking at
Makes sense.
what's going on.
Just making sure Thorn didn't stab yet.
So she says,
I can stab everyone, Coyra.
No, only half of the people you meet.
Just half.
She says,
But to be fair, you were right so far.
What kind of divination do you seek? Do you wish to speak with a lost loved one, perhaps? Or is it an answer for your missing sock of 20 years ago? Or what can I help you with?
Palkas speaks up at this point and says, we're looking to find a path that can save Ralsala and the imprisoned creature at the top of the tower near here. The Zapper of Demons.
She says, okay. I am familiar with Ralsala. I know of her torment. But a little contribution would be appreciated before I get started. And she kind of holds out this gnarly looking hand, like, come on, give me the goods.
Palkas pulls out.
She says,
starts looking at his purse.
She says, well, the common currency, she looks around the group. I can tell you're not from around here. The common currency is soul coins.
I thought he was going to demand an ear for some reason.
This would be a beautiful point for it to just fly.
Palkas doesn't have any of those. I think Malvola has all of them.
Like, when she holds out her hand and Palkas
Shakes.
What? Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to. Yeah.
Please,
That would be hilarious.
please. This would
Well-
have been the perfect opportunity.
He was looking in his coin purse, and then he goes.
Just to avoid the sneeze.
Yep. Soul coin. Malvola?
This better be worth it. I will dig out one coin and hand it to her.
She says, usually I charge 3. She says, but I will make you a deal. She points at you, Malvola. I will make you a deal. She says, I'm sure you can't tell, but I'm long overdue for my bath. It's been a couple of centuries. So
Palkas looks to see if it's been a couple of centuries.
I mean,
just to see if there's like that much grime on her and stuff.
I mean, it's just the whole, like, it's gross.
You had to use all the tidal waves already.
That's from the mental image.
Okay.
She says, I usually take my baths at the Infernal Rapture in the Wandering Emporium. Have you seen that yet?
No idea what you're talking about.
She says, there's a collection of war machines that travels around. Says that's the Wandering Emporium. Says, you might find their services useful at some point, depending on how long you last. Yeah. She says, anyway, the Infernal Rapture offers spa services. I do recommend them. If you can arrange for me to have a bath there, then...
Would you be going there?
Says,
Because I don't think they're going to come here. I mean, this place is a pain in the butt to get to.
she says yes, and that brings up another very good point. I would need someone to watch over my spot while I go take my bath. So part of the deal, and trust me, it is a bargain, is if you go to the Wandering Emporium and they can make an appointment for me, then you can come back here and watch my stuff while I go take my bath.
So much better than what I thought.
I just realized Malvola pictures her in the bath and fails the con save.
So you're like, excuse me 1 second. I'm vomiting.
Gonna vom. Gonna vom.
Now we know where all the piles of stuff in the other room came from.
An alcove.
She
north of
says, did he
So that's
eat
why there's
something that
fridge.
he shouldn't have?
Yes.
That would be.
I get why
Do
those
we not have-
creatures died so easy by water.
Do we not have a couple of extra soul coins, Malvola?
She says, well, I wouldn't knock it because the Infernal Rapture also serves exquisite foods. If he's eaten something he shouldn't have, maybe you should try eating there instead.
See? Told you we should have went for the mayonnaise. Yet again.
Mayonnaise is tricky in this heat.
That's how you get the Burger King special sauce. Put the mayonnaise out in the sun.
Mm.
They sell it.
So to be outside of game for a moment, how many soul coins do we actually have?
Yes.
I have 7 after giving her 1 just now. My whole thing of giving her 1 was she said some payment up front. I'm not gonna pay the whole cost up front.
Mm.
Mhm.
When we have what we came for, then I would be willing to, more than just the 1. But it's here to get started.
To go back in game, Palkas would agree with Thorn.
We do have, a couple more. I feel like it's not a good idea to just go around blabbing how many soul coins you're carrying.
Yeah.
Simply because of how we obtained the demon grinder.
We found it laying on the streets.
I mean, this is
With
hell.
some corpses.
How do you think any item of property gets passed around down here?
Well, I mean, this is also the lawful hell, so commerce is a thing.
I
She
don't
says,
understand.
I can see this is going to take some deliberation on your part. Perhaps while you're thinking about it, you would like to peruse my potions as well. Says I might be able to cut you a deal.
How much do they cost?
Are you saying that out loud? Or?
He kind of
really
says it
want
under
to
his
know?
breath a bit.
She says, well, the ones on the middle shelf, those are a single soul coin because those are just, I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're not, top shelf or anything. And then the ones on the top shelf, those ones are particularly amazing. And those I will sell to you for 2. That's per potion, mind you.
What if we did the 3 coins, but we also got a potion?
It says it depends what potion you want.
That one. And he points at one of the middle shelf ones.
She kind of picks it up and swirls it around a bit. She says, and you can see there are chunks floating around in whatever it is. She says, okay.
What's it do?
Are you asking her that? Or?
Yes.
Damn it, I had the potion. Hang on.
You're advertising potions. What do you expect me to do?
She says, this will help you climb. She says, that's why you can see, the spider legs in there. Yeah, it helps you climb.
There you go. Shall we just do the coins and go? I mean, we only have 3, right? So.
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to decide if Palkas would know how many coins you have.
Coyra 100% does know and just says, sounds like a plan. Coyra hasn't been keeping track about his soul coins at all.
Palkas was me personally playing as Palkas and not remembering how much we originally obtained. He was guessing that we had about 4. He knows that we've got enough for at least one more to start the car again.
Okay, so Palkas is lying then to her about
Yes.
how many. Okay, then a deception check, please.
Okie dokie. Hui.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh wait, maybe we have we have 4. We have one more to start the car. So, sorry, the machine. It's not a car; it's a machine.
Well, what is your decision? I could really use a bath.
Yes, I mean, let's just do the coins. Anybody?
That's a shame.
Isn't
Yeah.
Or should we? I don't know. I mean, we saw that they were out there. So wait, we find them. We get an invitation
She
from
says,
them.
"Oh, I can tell you where they are. I can tell you
Palkas
exactly
muted
where
in
they
time.
are.
So you need to be invited.
I need an appointment."
You need an appointment. Okay, so we get you an appointment, and then we sit here while you go.
Yeah.
How long does it take to do?
Well, it has been a couple of centuries.
Because if this means that we're like bound to hell for like 2
Oh, no,
decades
no, no.
while you're taking
Says,
a bath.
"No, I don't like being away for so long. So no, I would be back the same day, of course."
Right. And
how long is a day down here?
I
We
mean,
haven't
Coyra
seen the sunset yet.
confirmed multiple times that days passed on the normal realm. So
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily.
I say we get her the bath.
I have an idea.
Alright.
I think we should tentatively agree to her offer and then discuss it privately.
Okay. Your offer sounds tentatively interesting, but we need to go discuss it privately.
subtle. Subtle. Really.
They're saying this to an oracle.
She says,
She'll know what we're going to choose, right? So she's fine with what we do.
"What's the point?"
Palkas just kind of looks at Malvola.
She says, "Go on then, away with you." And she's now like shooing you out of. And had you like taken the potion from
No,
her?
no,
Okay.
no.
And she's putting the potion back on the shelf.
Okay.
Says, "Come back when you decide what you want."
Okay. And Palkas says, I don't really want that potion. That potion doesn't sound like a good potion. I don't like spider legs.
I agree with you. on
Thorn
that.
might drink it, though. He drinks a lot of weird
He
things.
drinks everything.
Yeah.
I need a potion of spider climb, though.
So my idea is to see if they make house calls.
What?
If they can come here, then we don't have to like sit here for a day or days while she takes a bath. Like,
Well, what if they say
I
no?
mean, it's going to be a spy.
well, then we're no worse off than where we were with,
I'm just happy she didn't go the route I thought she was gonna go. I thought she was gonna ask you for a bath. So I'm just happy about that. I can erase
I
the
thought you were going to
image
have
out
to
of my
sponge her
memory.
backside. It was
So-
weird.
Malvola pictures that mentally.
Coyra
Well, I don't know
apologized.
what the DC would be, so the idea of
Coyra
manually
just-
giving that thing a sponge bath, that would be like a 20 in my book. So no, he doesn't make that one.
So Coyra apologizes and just says, "There was an image I was having in my head the entire time. I'm happy
Yes, and now I
can
have
live
it too. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I'm not the only one being tortured.
Palkas
What she
says,
would give us if you spent the evening with her.
No.
Palkas says, look, we could just help this old lady get herself to the spa and get done.
Sounds like a good plan.
Let's just do it then.
Should we not ask why why it needs to be guarded so heavily?
Probably a good idea.
It's her stuff,
Most
too.
likely lots of danger.
Yes. We should
Okay.
ask if there's anything we really should be made aware of before she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Not do or make sure to do.
Centipede.
I mostly just want to get the directions that she mentioned.
Yep.
And like you said, you knew how to get there. We're gonna go try and make an appointment for you. I don't know how to. You said you knew how to find them.
You're asking her right now, like how?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we're all just heading back to go talk to her at this point.
Okay, so she says, "So you agree that you're going to do this for me?"
Not quite yet, because I'm.
She
What
says,
we plan to do is we're gonna go try and make the appointment for you, and then we'll go from there.
With the understanding that you're back and you release us within no more than 24 Earth hours.
24 of your Earth hours. So she's like, right, this isn't, but she's, so you want the divination afterwards? I was offering to give you the divination now if you just go and get the appointment.
Let's do the divination now then, and then we'll go get the appointment. And
We
then
thought you wanted the appointment first.
That's what I understood. So
Same.
that's what I thought.
it doesn't matter to me. If she's offering upfront payment, or then wait, that commits us.
Exactly.
I mean, we are trying to commit to something here. I can't remember what it
But,
is.
see, my concern is that if we are, if we enter into this agreement and then it turns out getting the bath thing straightened out is some other huge ordeal that we got to do. I mean, we're literally like
Fetch
this is
quests.
the act shaving. We're doing a quest to do a quest to do a different quest to do a third quest. This is what we were trying to accomplish, and in order to do that, we had to do this. And to do that, we had to do this.
Malvola, I can help you with this.
We're like 7 layers deep now, and keep getting deeper. We're not getting back to the point.
Malvola. We're far more than just 7 layers deep. And the solution is this. Just stop thinking about it. It doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't have to make sense. We're in hell, roll with it. It's been helping me a lot the last couple of days.
I mean, you heard him sing.
Just
so
give up.
Palkas
just
says,
saying.
why don't we just get the divination after she gets back? I mean, she's not going to want to lose all of her stuff, while we're babysitting the place. And this way we can make sure that we can get the appointment for her.
She says, okay, that's fine by me.
So where's the place?
So she says, okay, and she sits back down on her stool and she kind of, she takes from a little pouch on her back this tiny little dagger, right? It's got it's very triangular in shape, and she sits and she stabs her finger, and she drips the blood on. She kind of circles her finger around and drips the blood on the floor.
That's not hygienic.
And she just seems completely oblivious to your commentary. And she says, she kind of she looks at the drops of blood, she closes her eyes for a second, opens them, looks at the drops again and says, He says, they are southwest from here. He says, if you have a war machine, then you should just be a couple of hours travel, unless you've got one of those really bad ones.
I guess we'll find out if it's a couple hours, and if it's more than that, then we'll find out how good our war machine is. Okay. We'll be back with your appointment. And we just tell them. What do we tell them?
They know me. I've been there before. Just tell them Red Ruth needs a bath.
Okay. Let's go. The sooner we get this done, the better.
Okay. So you're taking your leave of
Okay, let's go.
Red Ruth and heading off to the Wandering Emporium per her directions. And Malvola is like sprinting out.
Yeah.
I feel like he used his teleport ability to get out.
Like, where'd he go? I don't know.
To the car.
I'm just picturing like a "Hey, Mrs. Robinson" kind of scene, and Mrs. Robinson is the nope.
Except in Grimm's case, he's just running from the smell.
That is part of it. Yeah.
It's pretty odoriferous. Okay, so you're going to hop in the vehicle and drive a couple of hours southwest, and you certainly see that that convoy actually. By the way, no issues. Your vehicle is still there and everything's fine. You do have to use a soul coin to restart it though.
It's gonna end up costing us 2 soul coins, but.
And I'm just gonna get to this bit and then we'll finish it there. Hop in your vehicle and you see that the convoy that you saw earlier has now come to a halt. And you can see as you start approaching that they've kind of placed their war machines in like this horseshoe shape. And in amongst this, kind of in the middle of the horseshoe shape, are all these really colourful looking tents, actually. And you can see some kind of movement of people or, some kind of humanoids in amongst the tents. As you approach, I think that's probably where we're going to leave it. And we're going to pick up next time, exploring the Wandering Emporium.
All right. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out for another episode. 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Descent into Avernus.
The most bizarre.
Tune in next time for the Wandering Emporium. We'll see you then, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.